Okay. I just noticed that Figby's, creeping back there. He's just looking right at the camera. Okay. Um, Thanks, Streamlabs, giving me pop-ups as soon as I start streaming. I'm hoping this stream works. I had some issues getting it to start, so we're gonna see. Oh, I gotta turn my stream light on. I thought it was my equipment, right? So I was like turning on and off equipment. I was trying to figure it out. But apparently it was just Streamlabs, so hopefully. Okay, Della's here. Hey, do you see me? Is it working? Now it's too bright. I can't win. It's actually a little bit too bright with that light on today. Oh, I know what it is. My other light's on. Hang on. Hi, kitty. I didn't realize my kitty was hanging out in here. Alright, that's better. You don't see any issues? Okay, great. Because sometimes it'll boot up and it'll use the wrong mic or something, and it'll try to use my laptop mic, and it's terrible. I see an issue. Oh, great. Fel's gonna say something snarky, aren't you? Ew, auto caps. There's a clover right in the screen. Ugh. Get rid of it. Somebody bring the magic eraser. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, guys. Good to know that it's working okay, I guess. I think I'm lagging a little, at least on my end. Geez, I need a haircut. Look at these bangs. They're pathetic. They're so tiny. My little baby bangs. They grew out, and now they don't... Most of my bangs just gets tucked in with the rest of the braids, so I've only got a tiny bit of bang left. Okay. We are making a tail for a giveaway. I still don't think I got the giveaway working properly on the stream, so we might have to do it over the Discord. Probably. Dang it. Well, there's something else I forgot to do. My bad. So what we're gonna do is, you might have noticed I picked out some furs, because I thought they were cute. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear, the floor cam's not working. Floor cam activate. Okay. Woo. There we go. Okay. So, I also got a new stand for my floor ring light because it was not standing up. It was falling down. This little piece kept going boop, boop, boop. It just, it was driving me crazy. Thankfully, like, Black Friday sales, it was like only $10. And I was like, you know what? That's a pretty good price to fix my sanity. Okay. So, we've got pink lemonade, which is just slightly more of a richer... Ooh, the color. A slightly richer color than baby pink. It's kind of like baby pink, yeah. Just slightly brighter. Hard to tell, though. Jeez. Can I just get some decent lighting in here? One day, I'm going to invest in just a huge, huge amount of lights all the way around. It's going to be like a frickin' sun. I'm excited for that day. Alright, so that's this color. I believe it's from Big Z Fabrics. So if you want to look it up, you can do that. You can probably get better colors in your monitor than what I'm trying to show you. This one is watermelon. Where's this one from? Where's the watermelon from? Let me look. Big Z Fabric also. Cool. So this is watermelon. It's almost like UV reactive. It is bright. Like, this is a bright fur. And we've got this white tinsel short shag. This one is also from Big Z Fabric. I don't know why they're all from Big Z Fabric today, but this one's interesting because I didn't intend to order the short shag. I was trying to order the regular length, but I accidentally ordered the short one because I'm dumb, I think. And this is what we're stuck with. I'm trying to make sure you guys can actually see the tinsel. The reason I got this one in the first place was so I could make like Santa hats and stuff out of it. Yeah, you can see the tinsel a little bit. It's kind of hard to see on camera, though. Bring it a little closer. Yeah, so it's just mixed in there. It is a little bit shorter, so we might have to make... See, I didn't think about that. Since it's a little bit shorter, it's not the same length, we might have to be aware of that when we're working on our tail today. Lyra! How you doing? Wow, we got Della and Fel and Lyra. What more could you ask for? I'm good-ish. Kind of existing. I slept until 6 p.m. So, you be the judge of whether or not I'm existing or not. And I've also got some blush pink minky here, which just looks like white in the camera. That's just fantastic. There we go. It's a little bit better. I'll throw it down there. Ah! Well, we didn't need that light anyways. He wasn't being very helpful. Okay. So, I asked for somebody to send me some tail pattern ideas. I think I only got one, so we're just gonna make that one. Because I really liked that. Well, that was really, really cute. So let me bring that up. This one? Okay, hang on. I don't remember where we posted it. Well, it's not in fursuit making. Oh, it's in general. Okay. Alright, who sent me this? Original bass player. Yeah. Okay, he sent me this. That is a cool tail. So you can see the black on the end kind of goes around, all the way around the tip. And the white underneath is kind of a lot smaller. And you've got like a stripe of gray in the middle. So I really like that. Let's make that. But the question is, which color are we going to use where? I'm thinking I want the watermelon in place of the black. Because I think that would be really pretty. I like how you can see the stream reflecting on the screen. That's funny. And... let's see. Yeah, we can use the white on the bottom. Yeah, that's good. I just don't want the white to be too noticeable because it's a bit shorter. It's not super shorter, but it is a shorter shag than the rest, so... let's see. What are our options? Yeah, that's about it. That's fine. That will do. We can switch it out with another fur. Or we could just do it. Frankly, I think we should just do it. I think it'll be pretty. Okay, let's go for it. So, let's get out our pattern. First things first. If you ever wonder, how the heck do I make something, especially something complicated? This is a question I used to have. When I first started making stuff, I was like, how do people do this? I have no idea where to begin. Like, what? How do I do this? And honestly, all you have to do is have a pattern. You have a pattern, the rest just falls into place. It's like if you're making a YouTube video and you where do you start? Well, most of the time, it kind of depends on what kind of video you're doing, but I start with the script, and it's like the bones. So, the bones of our video here, the bones of our project is gonna be the pattern. So let me make the camera just a little bit taller. So you guys can actually see the whole pattern. Oh, I forgot. I was going to post this pattern so you guys could follow along. Hold on. Let me do that. I'm like, hey guys, let's do this pattern together. And then I forget to post it so you guys can't even... What a jerk. I'm so mean. To be fair, I have been having a day. I slept all day, so... So here's the pattern I made up. It's a small one, and the purpose of that was just so that we could fit it onto 2 sheets of paper. And if you want, you can blow it up to whatever size you want, much bigger, whatever. But just a little baby tail that we can make. And I didn't intend for that to be that way. It's not like I tried to make a small tail because it's a giveaway. I wasn't intending for that. I'm sorry. The next tail will be bigger. I was just making it small because I wanted it to be a pattern that was easy to distribute and print. Okay. Free patterns. So on the Discord, I have a free patterns tab, and that's where I'm going to put it. So give me just a second here. Maybe I can actually find it. Where did I save this? Downloads. Maybe it's in downloads. I bet it's in downloads. Anything that I haven't sorted yet, I put in downloads. And once downloads gets a bit full, I go through and sort it. Well, it's definitely not Untitled. Oh my gosh, where did I put it? This is awful. I'm so sorry. Hang on. Useless. Maybe I should search it. Oh, no. I think I already put it away. I think I already put it in the patterns section. Let me check. I think this is it. Big money, big money. Yeah, alright. So I did give the instructions to print it at 100% size, but that's just so you can fit it on 2 sheets of paper. This is a very small tail, really. If you want to print it at double the size, honestly, that'll be more of like a regular size. Okay. Hang on just a sec, I gotta write what to do. Feel free to print it at a larger size. Larger size. And also, instructions are in the Word document. And then I gotta put a heart. There we go. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So you should be able to look at it now. I just posted it. So, yeah, let's just go through this together. So this is the kind of thing you would see if you also just bought a pattern. So I thought it would be fun to go through together. So if you buy a pattern, usually they'll send it to you digitally. I've never seen anybody send a pattern not digitally, like print it and send it, but so usually it'll come with several pages, and the first few pages are like instructions and like distribution information. So let's just really quickly go through that. So let's just, even though it's my pattern, let's pretend like it's somebody else's, like we just got it, and we'll see what to do. Okay. And I haven't read this. I made this like a month ago. I haven't read this in a while. Small wolf tail pattern, 26 inches long at 100% scale. Oh, that's helpful. I'm smart. I'm glad I wrote that down. Okay. This is gonna just be too tiny for you guys to read. I'm so sorry. Okay. This pattern can be used for personal use and for making commissions or pre-mades to sell. Cool. If you use this pattern, you must give credit by mentioning pattern by CloverCat or something similar. Yeah, that's a normal thing. If you do use a pattern made by somebody, almost always they want you to mention where the pattern came from, which is responsible. Please do that. It's good to the artist. It gives them credit. So if you make like the coolest hand paws and you use the pattern by, I don't know, Fursuits or something, well, you don't want that one person to get all the credit. You'd like to give credit to the person that made the pattern too. So even if you did buy the pattern from them, most of the patterns you use will say you must give credit. And even if it doesn't say that, like if they forgot to write that, you really should give credit anyways. Please give credit. You may scale or modify this pattern. However, you must mention original pattern by CloverCat if you are to post a photo of it or sell it or something. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so what I just said, basically. That's nice. You can edit it however you want. And we're actually going to edit it in a little bit here. We're going to make some different designs on it. Do not post this pattern somewhere where the public can download it. However, you can send a link to my Discord so people can download it for themselves. Okay, so the digital file of this, that's just saying don't like email this to your friends or whatever, or post it somewhere. Just if somebody wants the pattern, no problem, it is free, but just send them a link to my Discord to go and get it. That's just a respect thing. Okay, so here's the actual instructions. Maybe we should just go through this together as we're putting the tail together. Okay, print the pattern at 100% scale, which I did, so you can, it should already be all set. Just make sure when you're printing it, it is set to 100% scale, and you'll get these 2 pages And I actually stapled this together, so you should get 3 total pages from this pattern, including the instruction page. Cut out each piece. There are 6 pieces total. Okay, so let's do what past Clover said. We're gonna cut these pieces out. What do I want to use? Well, I'm definitely not using an X-Acto blade, I'll tell you that much. People who use X-Acto blades to cut out paper when it's completely feasible to cut it with normal scissors, I don't understand. Like, if I have the ability to choose what kind of scissors to use, I'm gonna choose scissors. I mean, what kind of blade to use. Because, especially X-Acto blades, if they're not sharp enough, you'll just, like, it'll get stuck and it'll, like, bunch up all the paper. It's so annoying. Kylie, hi! So we're making this tail for the giveaway. It's just a tiny little baby wolf tail. I didn't intend for it to be a small tail for the giveaway. It just kind of happened that way. But, it's going to be these pretty colors. So we've got a pink lemonade, a white tinsel, short shag, and a watermelon. And the watermelon is almost UV. It is so bright and pretty. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just making the tail. I hope you guys are all doing well. So while I'm cutting this out, I'll tell you guys, those of you guys who aren't in the Discord, or maybe you are, I don't know, but, so, last night, I stayed up really late working on stuff, and that's just typical Clover right there. And then I slept all day. I like, originally planned for the stream to be at noon, but instead of, like, getting up early, I decided to stay up all night to finish what I had to do, and because of that, I accidentally slept all day. And night. I slept into the night, too, because I got up at frickin' 6 p.m., but, so rule of thumb here, if you have to get up, for something, even if it's at night, always set an alarm. Because apparently I can't trust myself to get up at a regular frickin' hour. I thought for sure I'd be awake by 4 p.m., okay? But, like, if I have the option to sleep for something, like, what did I say, 13, 16? I have no idea. If I have the ability to sleep for that many hours, I will, so next time I'll set an alarm. I can't trust myself. Alright, so here's the first chunk, but, I'm gonna leave these two together for a moment, and you guys will see why. So the instructions I gave are, assuming that you want one solid color tail, just one big piece. But since we're gonna modify the pattern a little bit, I'm not gonna cut apart these two chunks just yet, so it'll be a little easier to draw. That being said, if you already cut them apart, no problem. It's really not, it's not gonna be a problem to fix. Okie dokie. Also, being a smaller tail is probably pretty nice, just because it's a little bit easier to work with, so if you're just starting out, if you want to make a smaller tail, like, or if you don't mind if it's smaller, I should say, go for it. Because the bigger it is, the more unwieldy it is, and especially if you don't have a sewing machine, it's gonna take you quite a hot second, so, yeah, it's definitely a good idea to start smaller. But if you're like, if you know you want a bigger tail and you're dead set on it, then, if you don't waste the fur on making a small and a big one. You might as well just make the big one. So I guess that's up to you. Alright, so something I noticed on some other patterns by other people that I've tried before is that these lines, these cut lines are super, super thick. And I think that is a bad idea. Because when you go to cut them out like this, let me grab a Sharpie. Alright. This is about the right thickness, too. So whoever, the other pattern I'd got from somebody before, they used a Sharpie or something. It was about this thick. Well, do I cut around like the outside of the line here? Do I cut on the inside of the line? Am I supposed to cut in the center? And I know it doesn't make that big of a difference, but the thing is, if you're a perfectionist like me and you want to get these absolutely perfect lines, it makes it hard. It makes it hard to know where you're supposed to cut. So usually for those really thick line patterns, I'll cut directly in the center. But the thing is, it's not ideal. Because if you have these thin lines, yeah, it's kind of hard to stay on the line, but like, that's kind of the point though, is to have, that's the point of a pattern, is to give you the perfect lines, and it's your job as an artist to try to get as close to those lines as possible. So even though it might be off by just like a slight bit all the way around, I'm very close. And the room for error is a lot bigger if you have those thick lines. So like, let's say I cut out this piece with the thick lines and I cut it like at the, like around the, where did I put that Sharpie? Let's say I cut it around like the inside of it. Well, let's say I cut out the next piece and I cut it around like the outside of the line. Well, between those two, you're gonna have a discrepancy about like 1/8 of an inch. So it's like, do you put it on the left? Like, which way do you slide it to make it even? So then you're gonna end up with a pattern. Oh, hang on, just a second, person in chat. I'm almost done with my thought here. Then you're gonna end up with something like this, where it's slightly off-center. So do you like cut it to make it even, or do you slide it over? But if you slide it over, it'll make this side uneven. Basically, oh, thank you, Lyra. I didn't even know it was somebody that needed to be banned. I appreciate that. Maybe I should read, nah, okay. I was gonna say maybe I should read them as soon as they come in, but I don't really have time for that. That's what the mods are for. Thank you, Lyra. Yeah, so it's kind of important to me to get the lines as close as possible. So that's why these line up so well, because the lines are actually thin enough to be cut out perfectly. Avengers, I don't know what that is. Is that a kind of food? Because that sounds kind of tasty. Lyra, yeah. Okay, late last night, Lyra, I noticed you posted a new video, and I was like, oh boy, I can't wait to watch this, and then I fell asleep. So it's still open on a tab, and I'm just like, Also, Avengers just posted a ton of new videos lately too, and I'm just like, I think I saw them all, but I think I missed one of them. So I've got to check, double check. Oh, oh yeah, all the versions of Christmas. Bro, you're right. We gotta have our yearly Christmas stream. I think I'm gonna make it into a fundraiser this year. I want my Christmas streams to be fundraisers. I think that would be really fun. Even though I have like usually like 2 viewers max. But I think Christmas streams are a good time for a fundraiser, so. There was a new one today. What? All right, I gotta catch up on all of your videos. All of you. Well, nice. I will definitely check that out. Okay. Oh yeah. For anybody who might be watching this in the future, I'll post my friends' YouTube channels in the description, so you guys can follow if you want to see. They make some really good videos. If you like video games like I do. Okay, so here's the pattern that we're gonna try. I mentioned this already. The black kind of follows around the Let's use a pen, yeah. The black kind of follows all the way around the edge and around the tip, and then the white kind of fills in the rest of the area. And you've got to have a tiny little thin strip of gray here. So, let's do it. You were wearing my shirt. Oh yeah, I forgot you also have this shirt. Except I bought mine at Kohl's like a loser, and it was expensive. I think you got yours somewhere else, and I was like, dang, I'm gonna go to your store. We talked about this, I remember. Yeah, okay, so let's make this pattern. That's why I didn't cut all 4 pieces separate yet, just because I knew we were going to make this into a different pattern. If you did cut them separate, whatever, just be careful not to let them slide apart when we're drawing on it. So I'm actually going to leave this pattern open right here so I can see it. Why did I do this to myself? I'm left-handed. I can't see and draw at the same time. Also, the fact that the picture is facing the other way makes me want to turn this way. But I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna do it the other way, just because I want the writing to be on the top. Okay, so I'm gonna draw this with pencil, something that I just recently decided is a good idea. Because I love drawing in pen. It's all I ever draw in, but when you're making a pattern, you have more room to fix your mistakes if it's in pencil, so let's do that. Oh, it was at Meijer, you think? I'm gonna go to your Meijer and I'm gonna buy all your shirts, I guess. Okay. So something you'll notice when you're transferring a pattern onto a pattern, like a design onto a pattern, this tail is shaped... Where's my papers? Yes, Mary Chrysler, by the way. Alright, so this tail pattern... Yeah, like this. Let's just do it like this. Okay. This tail in the design is shaped like this. Obviously the tail we're working with to make a pattern on is shaped like this. Really roughly. I mean, it kind of looks like a snake, but just ignore that. Ideally, we would have the same shape, but that's not happening. So to transfer some kind of design like this onto a pattern that's shaped different is difficult, and that's why I suggest you use a pencil. But it is doable, so you might just have to try a few times, and I think I might have to try a few times. It's gonna be a little weird because this black curve that goes around the tip here, I want to make sure that it actually looks correct. So we're gonna see how that goes. Dang, I thought I could do it. No, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it. It'll be easier for me just because that's the way that the character is drawn on this image. I mean, alternatively, I could save the image and flip it. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll try my best. So you guys get to experience firsthand the thought process of a kind of dumb fursuit maker. Oh, I found this in the store the other day. It's a Fortnite banana gun. And I don't play Fortnite, but I do play with Nerf guns, and I thought this was just funny. It thinks I should rotate it. Thank you, Android. Is there a flip button? I haven't done this in a long time, and frankly, my phone keeps updating, and I just haven't been keeping up with it. Tint. No, I don't want to color it. I just want to flip it, okay? No, I don't want to reset it. It's like I try to figure out what I'm doing, and then it's like, do you want to reset these settings that you just changed? Okay. Cool. I have no idea how to do this. I've done it before. Good. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna leave it this way, I guess. 0 IQ. It's Clover. Alright, so this kind of goes down the middle. Make a few nice lines here. Also, if you're having trouble getting your pattern to stay together, like if you already cut it out like me, and you're trying to make it stay together, just put some tape on there. You can rip it off after. Okay, so we're gonna go straight down this way. So I'm gonna make an artistic decision here, which you're gonna have to make a lot. You're gonna have to go, either we're gonna have to curve it in here, or we can curve it out. And I'm actually gonna curve it out a little bit, just because that's the way the tail is shaped. But I'm still gonna make sure this whole tip is covered with that top layer here. I need it! You need the banana gun. You just bought wrapping paper at the Dollar Tree like a gamer. Oh! Bro, I would always do that. I'm pretty sure most of my wrapping paper is either... Yeah, actually, I think it's mostly from previous year sales, because why would you buy brand new wrapping paper if you have older? I mean, it's the same stuff. It's just, you gotta keep it all year round, but, like, it saves you so much money. Like a $5 wrapping roll turns into, like, $1.50. And when you have to buy, like, a ton of rolls... Oh, Shiny Mew, hey, how you doing? You need a left-handed mug. Honestly. Technology too hard. I know, can't think. 0 IQ. Just forget that I went to college for, like, technology things, okay? Just forget about that part. This is fine. This is turning out well anyways. Yeah, Shiny Mew, I'm doing your idea. I love your idea. This is a really cute tail. And even though I'm not using the same colors, it's still gonna be really cute. Let's see. I kinda want to curve this in a little bit. So usually, if you have something that's like this that doesn't translate over super easy, which I'm gonna say right now, 99% of fursuit patterns, they give you a reference and you're like, all right, and then you try to put it on the head or whatever, and you're like, like, let's take, who's a good idea? Danny the fursuit wolf. Let me pull that up. You're gonna find that things just do not translate perfectly. Never, ever. Oh, yeah, hang on. I know who's a perfect idea. Indigo. Indigo was really, really, really hard. I think Indigo was the hardest fursuit to transfer from design to physical suit. Because his design was just... It's not that it was a hard design, but it was just a weird one to transfer over. Do I have images? Okay, I do. Let me catch up on the chat real fast. It's weird how often you watch your streams in the dollar store. Oh, you're actually at the dollar store right now. That's funny. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't have the skill to, like, multitask. It's gonna look awesome. Thank you, I hope. That's alright. I've dealt with non-fursuit friendly designs before, especially Della, which I'm working on right now. She's got freckles all over and like this long hair. It's fine. It's fine. If it's not doable, I will let you know. Yeah, your reference is very fursuit friendly. I appreciate that. Give me the peely gun. It's a Nerf gun banana. You just peel off the top and it's just a gun. Okay, so here's Indigo I made a while back. Dutch Angel Dragon. Super cute design. I mean, it's even got a very fursuit friendly looking reference, right? What could possibly go wrong? I mean, something that's difficult is trying to get the right amount of stripes in there. Holy cow. You don't want to know how many times I did iterations on that. But actually, the part that gave me trouble was the face. And why is that? Well, let's look at Della, Tokami over here. Tokami has a cute muzzle, a cute jaw, and a cute little cheek, right? How does this transfer over to that? Like, where do you put the stripe? That black stripe below the eye? Where do you put that? And the stripes around the muzzle, they don't look rounded, like, nice and, round like this, because when you put it on a muzzle, it becomes kind of elongated and wide. It doesn't turn into a round shape. It's like an oval, but not even that. It's kind of oval and a little wobbly. The cheeks, the back of the cheek, that's a little bit easier because it's all white, but, like, if you just try to think of how the heck you'd transfer this over, it was hard. It was very, very hard. So, now I'll pull up a picture of what I ended up doing so you guys can see. This is all on my Trello, by the way, in case you're curious. Because I don't have the time to dig out more photos, but I've got the photos on my Trello. So here's what ended up happening with this. So you can see the stripe around the muzzle. There's a white stripe on the bottom down here. It's not a perfect circle because the muzzle is not a perfect circle. And the black lines that go under the eyes, they were supposed to be straight like this. like down like this. They were unable to go that way because of the smile. They had to go out. So, very interesting. Let me show you that. Oh, it's a little far. Hang on. Sorry. Me opening images in new tab. So yeah, these black lines that come out from the middle of the eye that go straight down, that's what had to happen with them. They had to go rounded. So, it's all about working with the character's owner to try to get something in between. Something that's very close to their design, but still fursuit friendly / friendly in a 3D real design. Interesting, right? Yeah. So, we do the best we can as fursuit makers, and if we have to do something that takes a lot of liberty, like with Indigo, we will have to draw up the pattern and send you photos and say, hey, this is kind of hard. Do you think this looks good, or do you want me to try something else? Because sometimes what is the closest to the original pattern isn't the prettiest. And it's actually better just to come up with a slightly changed design to make it look nicer. Oh, that Fortnite banana is actually named Peely. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, oh my gosh, sometimes I accidentally pull out some purple and baby blue furs, and I'm like, I remember making Indigo with these. And it's the same for a lot of fursuits. Like, if I happen to have a few furs together that are the same exact shade as a suit I've made before, I'm like, I remember making this suit. And it's it's a throwback for sure. Oh, really? The artist that drew that isn't even a furry. That's cool. That's just proof of how versatile some artists can be. It's very impressive. Like, they've got some skills that I definitely... I don't know, man. If you just tell me to make a human, like, draw a human, I'm just like... I don't know. Okay, so I've decided I'm actually going to go around on this inner path a little bit. You can't really tell. It's kind of far away for you guys, but... I want to get this curve nice and rounded, so... Look at that. Me using the eraser like I said I would. I was joking with my sister the other day that I needed a Fortnite Nerf gun. Well, here's the thing. If you like Fortnite, they've got a lot of merch, but like, of all the merch, Nerf guns are probably the most fun. The fact that you don't have a Fortnite Nerf gun kind of surprises me, to be honest. Adding patterns to furs seems like a tough job indeed. Yes, yes it is. It is so hard. I wonder one day if anybody will ever beat Indigo for being the most difficult to transfer over. Because the wings, he had so many shades on the wings and like, I think it was 15 stripes on the tail and all the different colors. Oh, it was so hard. The way that the curve rounded around the front of his leg for the different shades, it was so hard. So if anybody else gives me a harder suit than that, I mean, I'm definitely brave. I'll go for it. But like, I'm just wondering who's gonna have the next record. Remember how I was complaining earlier about people making patterns where the line was too thick, so you didn't know where to cut? That's the same exact thing. So if you're making your own pattern, or you're adjusting a pattern, like how we're taking this pattern and we're tweaking it, same thing. You don't want to make a thick line like up here. You want it to be nice and thin so you know exactly where you want to cut. So that's why I'm erasing a little bit around the edges of the lines to make it nice and thin, so we know actually what line we're trying to go for. Because if I tried to cut this line, well, I'm going to cut it with scissors. Do I follow the farthest outside? Do I go in the middle? Do I go on the inside edge? It's like, I don't know. That's why you want to make your pattern easy. Easy to cut with one thin line. 15 stripes? Yeah! I'm sorry, let me bring up the picture one more time. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was fun, but it was ridiculous. Yeah, okay. So here's the stripes, and it was on the inside and the outside. And I had to make sure the stripes were the same, like, thickness. Like, you don't want, like, a super thin one or one that's super too long. and you needed to make sure that they were all the same exact, like, density all the way around, and that the fact that, like, a third of them were on the inside of the tail, and then these feathers were fun, but since they were all different colors, you know what, I'll explain that in a minute. That's gonna take a minute to explain, but it was hard. And this is the part I'm talking about around the curve here. Oh, you can't really see it. Let me make my phone brighter. That purple is pretty dark. So this curve here looks pretty easy, right? Again, what could possibly go wrong? But when you translate it to 3D, I mean, look at the front though. You don't see any of the black. So, like, where is the cutoff line? Here's your knee, right? So do you put the line here? Do you put the line up here to the side, this side? It became quite difficult. So from the front, it looks easy. The back, it looks easy. From the side, it looks easy. But when you're trying to combine all of those, that's not gonna be exactly the way it turns out. So again, that was another time where I had to take tons of pictures of the bodysuit I was working on and send them over. Also the shoulders up here, this was pretty hard too, but the knee was much, much harder. Because a problem I had with this is that the black ends right here, and so it's like from here on was white on the entire mitt, but like just the top half of this was black and the bottom half was purple, and it was kind of hard to tell. Okay, the bottom half was white. See, like, even trying to explain it to you guys, it was complicated, but you know what? It was a fun challenge. And I think I've had at least one kind of challenge like that with every fursuit I've made, with references that people have given me, but like, none were like Indigo. I'm actually kind of a little bit worried about yours, Shiny Mew, because of the eye, like the lines that go through the eye. Because if you look at this head here, you'll see that it's kind of got like that cute chubby cheek coming up. So it's gonna be more of like you're gonna have the line on the top, and then the line on the bottom is gonna be a little bit curved because it's gotta like go along the way of the cheek. So that's probably how it's gonna end up, a little curved, and I don't know how to do that if that's not okay with you. So when we get to that point when we're making the head, I'll make the pattern, I'll sketch it up, I'll send you some pictures, and you can tell me if it looks okay to you. Yours has stripes, but not that many. Yeah, yours is actually doable with the stripes. I think that's the one thing I'm worried about yours, Shiny Mew, is just the eye stripes that goes right through. Like that claw scratch design. Is that Lulu? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I think that'll look alright too. Either way, I probably will send you a photo just to make sure you're fine with it. But yeah, I think it should be fine. Okay. Wasn't the stitching on another tail you had to make difficult as well? I've made so many tails and I've had so many problems. It's like trying to just remember a specific one. Stitching. Yeah, I can remember one right now. Great, I put it away. Okay, let me quickly draw it up for you guys. I had a tail once that was, let me just really quickly. This is a terrible tail drawing, but let's see. Something like this? Yeah, it was something like this. This is not the tail you're talking about, because this is a different one that I actually just did on my own. I was trying out a new technique, so I kind of just did one. I haven't shown anybody yet, actually. I did it off stream, but... So I made a tail that was kind of like this, and... Okay, let me hold it to the camera, please. So we had the black on the top, or whatever color it was, and then we had this stripe of white that was kind of like spiky. Like it went straight and then spike, and then straight and spike. And then we had this normal piece. Well, the thing is, real life size, it was like... kind of like this. Now, if you know anything about fabrics, especially faux furs, trying to sew this in a sewing machine actually impossible. So, trying to cut that out, cutting it out was kind of annoying but doable. But, stitching that in, I had to pin it like crazy. I would hand stitch it, like... But it wasn't just normal hand sewing, like easy hand sewing, like around a curve. It was hard. It was very hard. I've done many things like that before, so I know that's probably not the exact one you're thinking of, but like certain things like that are just like once in a while you're just like, this was a bad idea. Alright, so now I'm gonna add that dark gray stripe in there, which is like that middle gray. Like, we're not using dark gray, but it's in this reference here, it's the dark gray. Well, the medium gray, I guess, stripe. Ah! Tempted to tape these together so they stop moving. You hold still, you tail. Okay, something like that, maybe. It is I, Lulu, the one who's 9 hours behind in time zones. So it's actually like a decent hour for you. I mean, it's not super late here, but at the same time... Uh-oh. The right camera? That's this one. That's a good question. Please tell me, is the camera having trouble for you guys? Because, quick story, I bought a USB hub. You can't even see it. It's just a cord mess up here. But it's not working that great. So, I might have to try a different one. It seems laggy. No! Okay. Oh, great. I should have made sure I was making a not stupid face when I unplugged it. Silly, silly me. At least you guys can see my new eyeshadow. Alright. I swear, if somebody makes that into a meme... Okay. So this is currently plugged into my USB port on my computer that tends to not work sometimes. So, is it still laggy? You guys are gonna have to let me know. It's technically supposed to be 30 frames per second, but that still shouldn't make it laggy. So, alright. This is kind of a cool design, but at the same time, it's not what I was going for. I'm gonna have to make some edits here. I need more of this, this middle one. This middle gray, if you will. Let's try that. It is behind with your voice. You know, I noticed that before when I upload my streams to YouTube. I've noticed that it's behind, but I always thought it was just like the encoding or something, the way that it saved the video. I never thought it was the actual stream. Interesting. Well, you guys are like both halfway around the world, so it's not that. It couldn't be that, right? Alright, let me know. Cause I do have trouble with it being behind like that. Lyra refreshing the stream and getting me more getting me like maybe a penny for watching another ad. Ads that I wish I could turn off, by the way, but okay, so this is fine, I guess. Also, when you're drawing your own patterns or editing a pattern, whatever you're doing, be aware that what I showed you here is a terrible idea. And if you do have to do something like this, I highly suggest you make it more like this. A bit wider, especially at the tip. You cannot sew something that's this thin. I've tried. So you need it to be a little bit rounded at the tip. You cannot have a sharp tip like this. It has to be rounded if you're gonna have any form of success sewing in faux fur. I mean, it might not have to be this wide, but at least a little wider than this claw scratch. It's fine now. Okay, great. I mean, it's probably still gonna be a problem when I upload it to YouTube, because for some reason it always is. But at least on the stream now, we're not super bad. I'm in EST, Eastern Standard Time? Question mark? I think that's what it stands for. It is 8:14 p.m. and I just woke up, so I'm gonna be up for a bit. Alright, so here, on the same idea of not making it too thin, instead of just making this curve all the way around perfectly, making this very, very thin, I went out of my way to make this a little bit thicker right here, just so it's actually doable with faux fur. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I mean, if you're sewing something completely different, like using cotton fabric or whatever, the rules might change a little, but when you're working with faux fur, my specialty, that's what I'll let you know. That's how I believe is going to be the most beneficial to you. I'm going to curve this more. I think it'll be nice if it's a bit more curved. I'm only 6 hours behind. Well, when you say only, it doesn't sound that bad, but I'm used to, like, my friends in the US, I'm used to them being, like, 3 hours max, you know? But it's just funny. It's, like, only 6 hours. It's just so weird to me. I never thought I'd make friends, like, across the world. Like, how awesome is that? Of course, I'm never, ever gonna leave the country. Well, maybe I'd go to France. I've always wanted to go to France. But, probably won't happen. Because I'm a weenie, okay? There we go. This is a little bit better. I like this rounded curve. Just a tad better. Wow. I am pretty happy I used a pencil. Hey, Shock, how you doing? Yeah, I think the last time I saw you, I think it was the Halloween stream when I was dressed up as Ash from Overwatch. That was fun. I was just playing Animal Crossing New Horizons because it's the only flippin' game that would work on my capture card. You'd think that, like, a newer console, like the Switch, would be harder to, like, hook up. But no, it's the older consoles. The older ones are the ones that don't want to work with my Elgato. Flippin' Elgato. Okay, so this is working pretty good. We actually have an option here. So, the reference shows that this stripe continues like this. So it's kind of like a thick line that continues through here. But if we wanted to, we could have it end right here. So it's just kind of like a swishy look. I don't know. What do you guys think we should do? Do you think we should have it go like a full stripe like this? Or do you think we should have it swish up and end right here? I don't know what the best way to explain that is. But both would end up very, very cute. Yeah. Well, we are using the watermelon on the top and the pink, the pink lemonade in the middle and the white on the bottom. If that helps you help you picture it in your mind a little. You're literally next to the Canadian border, though. That's true. I'm not sure about all states, but I know in Michigan there's this thing you can get called, oh, I can't remember what it's called now. I was gonna tell you. It's like an advanced license, some kind of something license. You can it gets added onto your regular driver's license, and it's kind of just like a passport, but only for Canada. So that's pretty cool. I should do that. I don't remember what it's called. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna call it advanced license for now. The max for you is 12 hours. Honestly, like 12 hours, that's a pretty big difference. That's a pretty big difference in time. 6 hours doesn't seem that bad in comparison. I think that was the first time you were getting candies. Yeah, yeah, it was. I never played that on Halloween before. New Horizons, at least. Okay, hang on just a second, guys. Just don't mind me, being in camera. Okay. I got these sticky notes from the dollar store, and they're super weird because they're not square, they're rectangular. So it's like, you can tell that I didn't get it from somewhere, like I didn't get it from like the expensive section of like a Target or a Walmart or whatever. I got it from a dollar store. You can tell because they're rectangular. They're trying to purposely out me. So sometimes, oh, I should use the blue ones. Sometimes I will use, no, I'm not going to use a sticky note. I'll use a piece of paper. Sometimes I'll be able to use paper to just kind of cover up some lines to try to help me figure out what I'm doing here. So sometimes I'll even tape it on. So I'll just cover up this line for a second. There we go. I'll give it a good look, see? Sometimes I'll even take a photo of it because it's easier to see using your camera phone. Okay. And then I will cover up the other options and I'll look at how that looks. Yeah. I think I like this one better. I think I kind of do like it better like this. I was lollipopping. I got a lollipop. And then I kept one in my party area. We should play that game again so you could laugh at how messy my town is. I was very scared they were gonna be mean, like the villagers in that game. I thought they were gonna be mean to me, just like on the GameCube version. Like they destroy whatever clothes you're wearing, they change it, even if it's like a rare piece of clothing. That was fun. That was fun. I want to play games more often. You like the stripe one because you get more of it. That's a really good call, honestly. Because if you cover up this piece, it is quite a bit less of pink. I like that idea. That's a good thought. Well, I'm glad we came to the same conclusion then, that we're gonna just leave it like this, because I think it's cute. I like it a lot. Hey, Alonzo! Rectangle sticky note. Mind blown. Right? We do need to play more often. Yeah! I wanted to play, of all things, I've been really just feeling like playing Roblox lately, and I don't know why, but like, the thing about Roblox is you guys can play with me, so I'm thinking that would be a really fun thing to do. Woo! Alright. How do we look? So, usually I'll step back or I'll take a picture and look at it, but I can actually just look into my screen here. Let me pull it down. It's being a little bit covered by my desk. And now it's out of camera. Okay, this is fine. I think this is fine. I'm just gonna tidy up the lines with a pen! That reminds me, who's your Overwatch main? So, I am a Mercy main. And before you freak out, it's okay. I'm good. According to my brother, he just told me this just before I started streaming today. He said that they buffed Mercy a little bit by making her reload. Not her reload. They gave her slightly more ammo for her gun, and they made it so you can switch to her gun and staff a little bit faster. And I think that's kind of hilarious, because, that's barely a buff. But, whatever, I'll take it. Any kind of buff to Mercy, I'll take. She's not, like, super meta right now, but she's not terrible. And I can play all the other supports except Kiriko. So, I just really like playing support. I'm terrible at DPS. Terrible. And, tank, I'm very, very okay at. Just because I have game sense and I know where to stand and stuff, not because I can aim. And the only reason I can play Anna is because, half of her kit is just like, I mean, it's either you're zooming in to aim or you're throwing an area of effect bomb thing. Like, if I had to, I wish I could aim. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, given the choice, I will choose Mercy, sometimes Moira. That's really funny. Sorry, I got very excited. I really like Overwatch. I like talking about Overwatch. Shock, you're playing Roblox right now. Right when I said Roblox. It's like you could tell I was going to talk about Roblox. You're like, I can sense Clover is going to bring up the idea of Roblox. Oh, you're Moira and Widow. Dang! Okay, Widowmaker is super fun. I wish I could aim better, but she's super, super fun. And if I can't play Mercy, I'll usually pick Moira, but honestly, I have fun with any of the supports except Kiriko. The gun is useless if you have good damage dealers, right? But once in a while, you'll get stuck in a corner, and oh man, I've got some really good replays of basically, I have won the game as Mercy before by somehow I was behind. It was a push map. Somehow I got behind the enemy team, and I shot the Zarya as a Mercy, killed the Zarya, and then killed the Cassidy. They didn't even see me behind them. And this was competitive, high silver, by the way. And I won the game, shooting people as a Mercy. So I guess it is possible to do amazing things. Or very lucky, I should say, very lucky things. Hopefully, though, yeah, you're right. Hopefully the damage dealers would take care of it for you, because as Mercy, I don't care to shoot things. I shouldn't have to shoot things, but sometimes, just to finish off opponents, it's necessary. Diva tank. No aim necessary. That's a good plan. I'm trying to get better at aiming, because Anna's really fun, but, like, aiming is not something that comes easily. You gotta learn it, man. It's so funny to play Moira, but it gets kind of awkward when I get when you get more kills than both DPS. Honestly, that has been happening a lot with Moiras lately. It's so bizarre, isn't it? It's like, well, here I am carrying again. It's so easy to carry as Moira because she's got such a good kit, and if you know what you're doing, you can cause some serious havoc. Guys, okay, I was gonna stream, right? I planned to stream at like 4, and then I was gonna play Overwatch with my brother at like 6. Well, I accidentally woke up at 6, so, oops. So when I woke up, my brother's like, let's play Overwatch, and I'm like, I gotta stream, I'm sorry. So I already want to play Overwatch, because I usually like to play like at least a game or two when I wake up, but like, I'm streaming, how dare you guys! So now we're talking about Overwatch, but we're not playing Overwatch, and now I'm all like, all around me. Same with you and Zen. Ooh, Zen is fun, but again, you gotta aim. Stream over, game time. I could play Overwatch on stream, but I'm so bad. It's like admitting to everyone how bad I am. Don't blame your Overwatch addiction on us, right? It's like when I get up, I'm like, alright, Overwatch for maybe a game or two, and I go to bed, I'm like, Overwatch for a game or two. It's a good thing I don't play it all day and night, though, because I've seen people that get addicted that badly, and it's really, it would be detrimental to the amount of work I can get done. So I do try to limit myself, because it would not be good. Okay, guys, so this is a little different. Basically, here's the tail pattern, okay? Here's what it would be if I didn't change it at all. So the reason there's some slices in here is so that you can have the furs going the right way. Let me zoom in for you guys a little. And by zoom, I mean pick up the camera. So the furs need to be facing the right way. So that's why they're kind of cut into 4 slices here. But if you change the pattern around, it might change where you have to cut the fur. So essentially, this center line doesn't need to be 4 pieces. I could actually get away with just 2. So if you can, go for it. let's just cut it here. I should use a different marker. I should probably use a different marker. I'm gonna grab some tape too because I didn't think about this. Since we changed the pattern around, we're not gonna have to cut it the same way, so I might as well have just taped it up in the first place. Moira is so fun too because literally survive against a tank 1v1 alone. Right? Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Moira is awesome. And it's just like, oh, you see me now? I guess I'll just fade away. You just disappear. It's so much easier to live in that game as Moira. Like, I'm really glad Moira's, like, playable. Unlike Brig. But they are gonna work on the supports, supposedly, so I can't wait. You're not bad. Hush, you could stream it easily. I could, but I could if I was playing quick play, probably. I wouldn't be able to play competitive because I can't focus if I was streaming, but... Okay, let's go with this arrow here. Yeah, I probably could play it on stream if I wanted to. If I played quick play. That sounds fun. Then, I could stream a game and play Overwatch. Oh, you gotta go. Take a 2-hour nap before school. Oh my gosh. Alright, bye, Lulu. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. It was good talking to you. I don't get to see you that much. Okay, so we've got this middle stripe. So, the camera's a little bit angled for you guys. There we go. Okay, so when I'm making tails, when I design tails, I tend to make this part flat, the very top, 90 degrees, straight up and down. And the reasoning for that is because if I cover this up, well, what angle is this tail supposed to be cut at, you know? You do have to have some kind of cutoff up here, so what angle are you going to have it? And if I have it straight up 90 degrees, it just kind of makes it easier for the person making the design to tell exactly which way this tail is rotated. Just so I put it straight up and down. I'll even line it up with this line here on my board. Aw. It is nice to see Lulu. It's nice to see all of you guys, especially if it's been a minute. I like when you guys pop in. I can say hi. So, my patterns, I don't know about other patterns, but my patterns straight up and down here. And so, that way, I can tell exactly which way to angle the fur. So, I'm going to draw a few arrows here for the fur. Which directions I want the fur to be going. Frankly, I still might need to cut 4 sections for the rest of these. Okay, straight up and down. Okay. I'm just going to keep realigning this tail if I accidentally move it out of the way. Straight down. Right here, I need to cut it for a side. So this one, basically you're just seeing how far you can go before you're like, okay, I need a different piece here to angle it in a different direction. Let me bring the camera a little lower. So how far am I willing to push it? This one, I got about this far. Let me straighten it again. Okay. I got about this far in the curve before I said, you know what, I probably should put a line here and go this way now. So it's kind of hard to just say how far you should go, but for example, this tail, I have it cut into just like 4 sections. That's how curved I wanted it to be. Because you probably could get away with just 2 pieces, like one here and one here. But I just really like how it flows so much better when you cut more pieces. That being said, if you're cutting pieces, like more pieces, if it's something that's shaved short, like the face, you're gonna see all these seams. So if you can help it, something short shaved, do less seams. But something long shaved, if it's curved, I like more seams just because you can get that more curvy cut of the fur. Brig is completely unplayable nowadays, indeed. Right? Oh, it's so sad. Brig is super fun. I love her. But the problem is, her job her job is supposed to be hang out in the back line, protect your other healer. But the thing is, with her with her passive Inspire and her shield, and it's like, you gotta be on the front line if you're gonna be getting any value. So what you do is you go on the front line, you get value, a lot of value, for a few seconds, and then you die. And then you run back, you get value, and then you die. And it's like, if you're trying to learn Overwatch, the first thing you learn is, and it sounds easy, but the first thing you learn is, the most important thing is to not die. So, at least as a support. So, yeah, unplayable. It's depressing. I love Brig, but yeah, you can't even. She's completely useless. Well, almost completely useless right now. Alright, so I'm making a new line. If I was doing a solid color pattern, I would follow these four cuts here, but since we're doing this, I'm just gonna follow my brand new pattern here. So this is good. You guys can see what it's like if you follow the pattern with a solid color. Or if you want to edit the pattern. I didn't realize this was a really good stream for that. How to edit patterns, really. Okay, so we've got these 3 chunks here. Then we've got these 2 areas here, actually. How do I feel about this? Is that going to be curved enough? Yeah, that's fine. That's actually completely fine. Okay. Alright, I like this. I like the way the arrows are going. I think that they're going to work well for me. So, let me bring you guys back up. Full picture again. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I got away with just having 3 cuts. I mean, interesting. I probably could have got away with only 3 cuts here, given that the angle is only slightly different. But, oh well. Oh yeah, Alonzo, actually I was gonna ask you about that, because I didn't know if you were still interested. Because I was gonna ask you if you were still interested. I would actually prefer to have a bodysuit kinda soon, so I could start working on that. Or run in by yourself. Rule number 2. Honestly, right? Rule number 1 and 2, Overwatch. Don't die, don't run in by yourself. Because rule number 1, you will die. And I still do it, too. Like, I am not... I mean, I think I'm kind of good at the game, but I'm not excellent, and that's for sure. But once in a while, especially if I'm not paying attention, I will run in by myself when I'm not thinking, so... Oops. Alright. So, here's what we got. We got 3 sections, and for this one middle stripe, we've actually only got 2 sections, because we don't need this tip to be facing the other way, because it's not there. We don't have a tip there. So let's label these. So I'm gonna put W for watermelon, which we're gonna put on the top here. And the center is pink lemonade, so I'm just gonna put PL, I guess. Okay, and the bottom is the white tinsel. Well, I was just gonna put W, but that's the same as watermelon. So I'm gonna put tin for tinsel. I can't possibly mess that one up. I've done that before where I put like B for brown and then BL for black, and then I forget, and then I mess up. So, if you have to write it all out, I've done that before. Just do it if you have to write it out. Okay, so, I don't usually do this, but if you have like a... Okay, I do this if it's a more complicated pattern. Take a photo of your pattern before you cut it apart. Or many photos, it really depends. If it's a head, something super complicated, take a ton of photos. Or a bodysuit, absolute ton of photos. When you want to start then? Honestly, probably still a few months, but I just kind of wanted to check in with you, and, I mean, you've got at least a month, probably, but, no, because I'm actually almost done with the bat, and I'm almost done with Tokami. Yeah, okay, yeah, Alonzo, whenever you get around to it, maybe, like, within 2 to 4 weeks if you could send me a bodysuit. That would be a duct tape dummy. That would be pretty good. Because I am actually getting kind of closer. Oh, that's Ren. I didn't even see you there. Hey, Ren. I'm sorry, your name tag. I didn't see it there. If you're even still here, I wouldn't blame you if you were insulted by me actually ignoring you in accident. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say about beginning to mid-January. This sounds about right. Because I'm almost done with the bat. I haven't been working on that one on stream, like, at all, but I will show you guys. Since I have, like, a lot of furs and things sitting around, I have a lot of things sitting around. Between when I'm working on stuff, I have them put away in boxes. I actually got a stack over there of my work in progress shelf, and, that's why I can't... I made a tail earlier. I was talking about. I couldn't show you guys because I actually have it put away. I keep a lot of stuff put away when I'm not using it, just to keep the workroom clean. Because otherwise, it would take hold if I had all my half-finished and finished projects just in the way. All right, so now I'm just gonna cut out this pattern because we're done making the pattern, and I took a picture of it. So if we have trouble putting it back together, I mean we won't, but you know. We have that with us. Oh, you're still here! Drink water! Thank you, Ren. I am actually kind of thirsty. Oh, that's better. Your first still a ways away, right? Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, Shiny Mew. Yeah, you sent me You're the one that sent me a DTD, right? Shiny Mew, you sent me a DTD? Because if you, lose or gain weight since, in the few months before I start doing your bodysuit, I might be able to just adjust your bodysuit. So we'll have to see. When we get to that point, when we get a little bit closer, I'll let you know. Maybe you can, like, remeasure whatever and send me some body measurements, and I will check. I'll see if there's something I can do about it. Because I might be able to just change your dummy, but, if it's... It depends. I'll have to see. I probably can do it, though. Hydrate! Yeah! Thank you, guys! Yeah, Shiny Mew, I'm thinking yours is gonna be March. So, hopefully we should be good. I've got quite a few things that are halfway done, that I haven't even posted photos of. In fact, I didn't even think I posted photos of Danny, the head. I think I didn't even post photos of that yet, and I finished that, like, ages ago. I think you guys saw it because, their owner, Annie, posted a photo of it, so... Actually, that's a really good thing to write on the sticky notes. I need to post some photos of the things I've finished so you guys can see how far along I am. Also, I need to update Trello. Post photos. Okay. You did send me the DTD. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that's the one that I had was yours. Oh, okay, that's fine. However you need it. If you lose, gain, whatever, I'll have you measure yourself in the main spots, you know, like waist, here, I don't know what to call here, shoulder area, just all the basic measurements, and I will check. I can probably change the dummy a little bit to make it fit perfect. Oh yeah, and give it a little wiggle room. I mean, that works too. If I could have it before Denver, which is late August. Yeah, I'm definitely hoping to be done by then. I'm expecting it to be done by then. Makes me curious what my next batch of commissions is gonna look like. I forgot there was one important thing I forgot to mention. I started cutting these out. Oops. Good thing I took a photo, right? I also like to label these by number. So let's do that real quick. So watermelon 1, 2, and 3. pink lemonade 1 and 2. And tinsel 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Okay, so now if I cut these all apart, it will not be super hard to put the puzzle back together. If you haven't before done... Oh, yeah, you said that. Any suitcase recommendations for a bodysuit or any cool bags for fursuit heads? Ooh. Well, you know, I've never flown with a fursuit before. I've seen videos of other furries talking about flying with fursuits. Probably Pokari, to be honest. I don't watch too many, but years ago I remember watching some fursuiter talking about flying. I've only ever driven, and I usually just use just the biggest plastic tote container or whatever I could possibly find. So, yeah, I mean, if you're flying, I don't really have any... As for the head, you can crush it in as long as you leave it for, like, less than 24 hours, I'd say. Because you don't want it to dent the fur. Or, like, the foam itself will pop back into shape if you have to, like, shove it in somewhere. But the fur, you don't want it to, like, be folded and dent the fibers. So I wouldn't leave that for more than, like, a full day. But you can crush it in a little bit as long as you're careful of if you have any fragile parts. Like, a lot of fursuits, the eyes are the fragile part. Mine are kind of like that, but now they're 3D printed, so there's not really any fragile parts exactly. So as long as you, I mean, I would crush it in by the side like this. I wouldn't really crush it down or face forward to back, but if you crush it into like the side a little, it'll be okay. But yeah, I would put it in, like, if you think it's gonna like rub up against something a lot, maybe put it in like a pillowcase or something. It might be a little too big for a backpack, unless it's a big backpack. Yeah. Hopefully you get to see Alonzo at Anthrocon too. Right! Oh my gosh! We're gonna have a fursuit, well, I tried last Anthrocon, but there just wasn't enough CloverCat fursuiters around. But, this time, maybe, there will be enough CloverCat fursuiters around where we can have a CloverCat fursuit meet and greet. That would be so fun. We'll take a photo together. Okay, so let's start with the watermelon. I like the watermelon. Let's do the watermelon first. Hang on just a second. I gotta... Uh-oh. I'm stuck. So the cord to my camera is stuck in the wheel of my chair, so I'm just gonna have to shimmy out here. I cannot wait to see all you guys' fursuits. Especially full suits. Those are my favorite. I love full suits. You know what? I didn't. And, it's unfortunately just because I'm broke. I wasn't able to look into getting a room right now. I'm so sad. I'm hoping I can still make it, but if I do, get to go, it's probably going to Anthrocon. It's probably going to have to be a room that's outside of the actual Anthrocon hotels, just because they're probably all booked now. Sad face. It's absolutely my favorite to have a hotel that's, like, with the con, but sometimes you just can't help it, sad. Hopefully, I'm saving up. Hopefully I'll have enough soon. I can at least book some kind of hotel for that date. Oh, alright, so since the back of the pattern already had some writing on it, gonna scribble that out, make sure I don't get confused. Okay, so let's cut out the watermelon first. You had to cancel your Anthrocon plans because your parents don't support furries. No! It's just bad timing because I'm close to moving out. Ugh! Oh, that really sucks. I'm so sorry, Shiny Mew. That kind of sucks. It's hard, especially if you live with other people, aka family that doesn't understand. Alright, so either I can get a colored pencil or some Taylor's chalk and I can draw this, trace it out, or I could do the lazy way, which is my favorite way. Just kind of hold the pattern on there and cut it out. Of course, if you do it this way, you gotta be really careful to, like, not shift the pattern at all. Because when I first started trying to do it this way, it was a bit hard to try to keep the pattern still. Oh, did I even mention on the pattern? I think I mentioned it. I hope I mentioned it. There is no seam allowance, so you're going to have to leave like a 1/8 inch all the way around each piece. Oh yes, Ren, yay, I'm so glad you're going. I'm going to try. I should be able to go. I'm going to have to find some roommates because I don't think anybody I know that usually goes with me is going to be able to go. I usually try to get my brother to go, but he's not a furry. He only goes because I beg him to, and I spend time with him in the gaming room. Like, the card gaming room, I should specify. We like playing Pokemon cards. But yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be able to go or if he's gonna want to go. So, and the other people that I've asked, like, close friends and family, most of them don't think they can make it this year. So I'm gonna have to find some roommates for sure. Well, either that or I could go on my own again. I mean, that was fine, but it was kind of boring. I would not go on your own. I would not go on my own again. Either way, I know you guys are going to be there. A lot of you guys, so either way, I'm not going to be alone like last time, really. And even so, I got to hang out with Ren, and that was flippin' awesome, so even then it wasn't really alone, so. But as far as the hotel, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. We'll see. You booked your hotel for Anthrocon in August. Nice! Dang, that was quite a while ago. I didn't know you could book it that soon. I thought you had to wait a lot longer. Oh, wait. Okay, it depends on if you're booking within the Anthrocon system or not. I think if you booked outside of this... I mean, if you just booked a hotel near Anthrocon. Okay, never mind. I get it. That makes sense. Okay, here's our first piece. Pretty. Man, you really just cannot see the colors as good in the camera. Maybe it's just my laptop screen. I don't know. It's just so much more beautiful in person. Faux fur is awesome. Oh, so you took those funds and you're building your PC. Well, okay, at least you're still gonna have fun with it, though. Like, you can do something fun with the money, at least. That's good. Then you can VR chat. And still hang out with furries. Yeah, right? This watermelon color is so pretty. In person, it's like, UV, almost. It's so bright. It's so pretty. I was hoping I could make something out of it, and then I was like, you know, it's been a while. I made this pattern. I should use this pattern for the giveaway. I could show people how to use it, and I can make a giveaway, and I could try some furs that I like. And then I got to use the watermelon, and I'm pretty happy about that. This very much looks like a Valentine's Day color palette, but I'm fine with that. Oh, you're so sweet, Alonzo. I know, I might have to let you guys know. I'm not sure. I will talk with the few people that I was asking already and see if they gave me a final answer, because they were still wishy-washy about it. They were still not quite sure if they could, like, get off work or whatever. But I will have to let you guys know, because if I need roommates, you know, Discord is the first place I'm gonna post. I'll be like, hey guys, so who wants to be able to who can put up with me for a while? Oh, that's so good, Shiny Mew. You'll be able to play anything you want. Even though, I'm pretty sure even if you have a nice PC, Cyberpunk 2077 still won't run well. Oh, you just built a new PC yourself. It was long overdue. That's so good. No, I do not have a VR setup. I've always wanted a VR setup. And I'm not sure which way I would go. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like a the PSVR, and then I think there's like a Steam version. I don't know too much about it because I haven't looked into it, but the other thing is, I don't know if it would be a good idea or not because I get motion sickness from video games sometimes. But I've always wanted to play VR so bad, so it's like, do I risk it? Because I don't want to spend the money on a VR stuff if it's if I'm not able to play it. I mean, I guess I could give it to my brother too. So, but I've always wanted to play Minecraft in VR and LA Noire in VR. I just thought that one would be really fun. I don't know. I don't know why they made that into a VR game. I mean, I do, because it kind of makes sense, but it's just, it makes the game so goofy. Like, you can do stupid, all the stupid stuff you can do in VR, making poses and such. It just makes that game very non-serious, which I think is just hilarious. It's pretty gimmicky, to be honest. Is it fun, though? I mean, even if it's gimmicky. You have a VR? Oh, you has a VR. That's cute. I got back into DJing after a bit of hiatus. Oh, fun. And you have been DJing pop parties and VR chatting, which has been fun. Oh, that's so cool. That sounds like fun. That sounds like an actual blast. It's, I think musicians get the short end of the stick. I think a lot of time people don't appreciate musicians, which is sad because they study a very lot. They have to do a lot of hard work and practice to get things to sound just right. And if you do make one mistake, people notice it and they're like, "Oh, they bad." But oh, I need to stop. I need to stop repeating myself a little bit. I'm noticing. I'm sorry. My bad. I feel bad for artists that are... Okay. Artists and musicians. I count musicians as artists. Musicians have it hard, too. It's very, very hard to get started as a musician because there's a oversaturation and... Frankly, it's just hard to get your foot in the door. So, I mean, if you have the chance to do any kind of music and people actually appreciate it and are enjoying it, then that's really, really awesome. Because I think one of the best things for musicians is having other people appreciate what the musician is able to do. So when people actually appreciate you, that's good. That's really fun. This one's a little bit harder to cut out without tracing it, but I don't want to trace it. I hate tracing it. I hate tracing it because it feels like it's slightly less accurate, but at the same time, doing it this way is also slightly less accurate. So, like, there's no way you're gonna be accurate no matter what you do. It drives me crazy. You have a Quest, but you do want those PC graphics. Yeah. Did I already read that? I read it in my head. I don't know if I read it out loud. I had some unique fun times in a few games. Multiplayer is where it's at. Oh. You can play VR chat without it, though. You know, I did play VR chat once or twice with Shock, who was in the chat a few minutes ago. Probably not here anymore, but, that was fun. That was really fun. I didn't expect it to be that fun. Also, I didn't expect it to be that complicated. There was more to it than I thought. VR chat, I mean. But it was fun. I think it would be more fun if you had a VR headset. But I like that you can play it without also. So it doesn't completely alienate the people who can't afford or can't use one. Maybe if you get dizzy like me and you can't use it. Oh man, I really wanted to try VR stuff because it looks fun. And I totally agree, it's probably gimmicky. Like, the Wii was pretty gimmicky, but it was also fun. So, maybe one day I'll get to try it. But I probably should try it at, like, a friend's house or something before committing to buy it, just because. Alright, so like I was playing... Does anybody even know what Skylanders is anymore? I was playing Skylanders Imaginators the other day, and there's this one level where you have to turn the camera, like, a lot. In fact, I actually remember what level it was. It was the Light Sensei Shrine or something? Something like that. Anyways, you have to keep turning the camera a lot, and I couldn't do it. I made my brother do it. I couldn't do it because it was making me dizzy. Even if I was the one changing the camera angle, I was just like, I'm dying, get me out of here. But like, what the heck? Because roller coasters are fine. Like, actually physically going on roller coasters and stuff, or driving with other people. If other people are driving a car and I'm riding, it's usually fine, unless they're, well, a bad driver. If they stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Or if they, like, don't commit to the gas pedal and holding it lightly, if they just go, woo, woo, woo. Oh yeah, people like that I can't ride with, but, like, just in general, I mean, I'm mostly fine with riding with other people, so it's really weird how video games, specifically, every once in a great while, will get me dizzy like that. It is quite different than DJing live at a club. Don't have a live crowd to read the reactions, which is key to being a good DJ. Oh. I didn't know anything about that. Alright, so here. This is two sides of the paper. I didn't know which one was correct, but seeing as this one has the W for the watermelon, I'm guessing that's the correct side, so I'm gonna cross out the wrong side here. Or the opposite side, wrong side, whatever you want to call it. Okay. One more watermelon piece, and then we'll move on to the pink lemonade. Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know the first thing about what, clubs? Or a crowd or anything. The closest I ever came was the furry rave or whatever they call it at Anthrocon, and that was really fun. That's cool, though. I'm really glad you have some fun with that. A desky in VR chat. Yeah, I guess you are just kind of hanging out at your desk, but you're still doing the music. That's still cool, and people are still appreciating it. Have you ever gotten the chance to play live, or not really? This is what we call desktop users in VR chat. Yeah, that's what I was probably gonna guess. Well, I'm just glad that they allow people without VR headsets to play too, because I think that's a really good call. Oh, we're so close. I'm wondering if I should finish this another day, because how long have I been live? An hour and a half? Yeah. I don't know. Because this is going to take quite a while to sew together. Yeah, in the end. I think I might split this into 2 streams, but let's see how far we can get. So after I cut out a piece, I'll usually, like, pull the loose furs off. And the reason I do that is so that it doesn't end up all over the floor. If you don't keep the furs separate, if you don't, like, pull the loose furs off, eventually it's gonna fall off, and it's gonna be all over the place. So if you can try to control it by just throwing it in the garbage while you have the chance, do it. Alright, so this is the one side I just did. It's got the arrow. So flip it over, and you need to draw the arrow on this side too. I already drew it, but I forgot to mention it this time. So you can hold it up to a light and kind of look through it and trace that arrow. So you have the same arrow on both sides. Usually I mention that. I just forgot today. Sorry. Okay. So here's our last watermelon piece. I think here's what we'll do. Maybe we'll cut out the furs, and then next time we'll sew them together. That sounds pretty good to me. Because I think that I don't have the energy to get through probably a 3 or 4 hour stream. But, I can do 2 hours. That one I can do. People who stream for a living, I don't know how they do it, man. It is too many hours. Let's see. Feeling tired already? Yes, I am. And I just got up. I'm gonna go back to bed, man. Used to play at a bunch of clubs and raves. Also played Rainforest twice too. Nice. Oh yeah, that's something else I gotta do. Check my actual Discord messages. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the reminder, Ren. Look, I'm putting it on the note. Hang on. Alright, it's on the sticky note. I'm so sorry. I'm so terrible. It's like the one thing, like, I think I'm a pretty good fursuit maker. I've got high quality. I mean, I even stream my work if you want to see. But, like, that's my downfall, man. I ghost for, like, about 2 weeks at a time. And that's not good. That is really not good. And I hate myself for it, too. It's not like I enjoy doing that. There's gotta be some kind of, like, mental thing. And I try. Sometimes I do better than others. I try to, like, keep up with it, but there's gotta be some kind of reasoning why it's like this. Because I think it's the main thing holding me back as a fursuit maker. Is that, well, you can't trust me! You can't trust me to check my messages daily like a normal human being. Like, you don't know if I'll be gone for the next 2 weeks or if I'll message you back in like 5 minutes. Who knows? Let's be real, it's never 5 minutes, but sometimes it's like an hour. But usually it's a long time. I hate that. Why do I do this? It's like the reason that my highest downfall. I'm so sad. Anyways, yes, I wrote that on my sticky note. Thank you for reminding me. I'm so sorry again. Okay. Yeah, I am very, very close to finishing Tokami. And I already finished the Danny head, so I've got to... Oh, and I'm close to finishing the bat, too. What's her name? Zodiac Moon. Yeah, Zodiac Moon. So I've got to update my Trello, too, while I'm at it. That would be a good one to do. Sorry. A phone call that I'm just instantly hanging up. My bad. Okay, let's set out these pretty colors here. Let's see how they look. So I'll just sort the left and the right side. Okay, so we have the shorter piece first. Then we have the longer piece, and then the thick one at the bottom. Okay. Cool. So this is the top of the tail. That very top rounded section. It looks kind of like a cat tail without the rest of its pieces here. So we actually have more of the tail that comes around this under section right here. And that's what's going to finish the tail. Cool. So I'm going to keep these pieces separate, actually, the left and the right side. That would probably make it a little easier on me. I've got fur on my hands. Okay, let me grab out the next color. Pink Lemonade. Which, as I said earlier, is essentially just baby pink, but more vibrant. It's the same color family. Okay, here we go. So, it's up to you how you like to cut this. I usually like to have it so the fur is facing forward, towards the front of me, this way. It's fine whichever way you want to face it, even if you want it sideways, but just make sure that the arrow of the fur is going the correct way. Because that used to be one of my hugest mistakes when I was doing this initially. I would cut out all the furs, I'd start stitching them together even, and then I was like, wait a minute. And they'd be going the opposite ways, and I was just like, what am I doing with my life? It's just make sure the arrow is going the right way before you start. Okay, so we've got this side. I'm going to flip it over and make sure the arrow is matching. I can actually kind of see it through. Okay, and I'm going to make sure the arrow matches on this side too. There we go. Alright, and now I'm going to read the chat because I'm like just a tad behind. You did really well checking messages for like a couple months. That's true. I did have a time there where I was doing really good. I was working really hard. I wish I could just blame Christmas season, but I don't know. Need like a therapist to come and tell me like what's wrong with me so I can fix it. Cuz sometimes it's hard for you to tell yourself what needs to be fixed. Sometimes it's easier to have an outside party help you. Lyra says, if it helps, I used to be absolutely terrible with managing your time and sticking to a schedule until I decided to completely rethink the way I work and keep track of everything last year. And since then, well, things have been have changed quite a bit, as you may have seen on YouTube. Yeah, maybe you need to come up with a similar as well. Yeah, if I just came up with like a better... It's like I kind of do already, though. So that's the problem. It's... Alright. My schedule. I have, like, a weekly schedule of things that I have to do, like karate, teaching classes and stuff. And then on top of that, I have a separate schedule of things I'd like to finish fursuit-wise. Like, realistically, how much can I get done working on fursuits within this week? And then I plan it out per day. So every day, this is what I'm doing here. This is what I'm doing here. And usually it works pretty well. Sometimes I get behind and, or sometimes I have to do something I didn't know about, like run an important errand, and I don't get as much time as I'd like. But most of the time, it works pretty well. But it's the... See, that's why I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's my time management. Because I know that it's every single day what I'm doing. I have it all planned out. But I think it's more of me just being... What? Clover has anxiety, but you're a streamer! How? Do you ever... I mean, maybe I'm just anxious to check my messages so I shy away from it. Which, does that sound weird? Maybe that's it. Because, I mean, maybe it's my time management, but I'm starting to now I'm thinking maybe it's just anxiety. That's terrible. I didn't think I had that really anymore. I thought I was done with that since college. Well, that's just fantastic. Well, this is my therapy group right here. Welcome. Hey Della, how you doing? Today we're figuring out why Clover can't stand to check her messages. Is it A, she doesn't trust anybody to not be mean to her? B, she is lazy? C, I don't know if I have a C. I mean, I guess it could be time management. I mean, if I'm decent at time management, I should use that to my advantage. Okay, I say I'm decent at time management, but at the same time, I did wake up at 6 p.m. today. Alright, I know what I'm doing every day. That doesn't mean I know what time I'm doing it every day. Sometimes I stay up late just to finish what I was working on. Like, I can't stand going to bed if I'm so close to finishing something, and that will keep me up late when I know I should be in bed too. That one gets me. All of the above. Honestly. Well, obviously, it's something... Checking my messages is something that's... Even when I'm trying my best, I fell out of it again. Because like Ren said, I was doing pretty good for a few months there, so what the flip happened? So, I'm capable. I'm definitely capable. I just gotta keep on track of it. It's so hard. It's kind of like, well, okay, if I know I can keep myself on track time-wise, if I just write it into my schedule, of things I have to do every day, I mean, it's like I know I gotta feed my cats every day, but I don't have to write it on my schedule because it's something I do every day. So that's why I don't write, check your Discord messages, every day. But maybe I should. Maybe I should put that on my daily to-do list if I'm having trouble remembering it. Like, honestly, it might be a good idea. I think that's the best plan for now. Plan of action. If I don't make a plan of action, nothing will change. So, I think that's what I'll do. Man, this pink lemonade is really pretty. It's like I said, it's like the baby pink, but a bit more vibrant. But it's also kind of like a dusty pink, just a tiny bit. It's very, very pretty. I wish you guys could see it in its full glory, but even with all this lighting, I can't get it to show up as vibrant on my screen. Maybe your screens can see it better. Well, if it helps you out, we'll be your support group. Thank you. Honestly, you guys already are. I mean, I've lived in multiple places across my schooling years, so all my friends are kind of separated, so when I want to hang out with friends, I'm just like, let's stream. Honestly, most of my friends are you guys on my stream, so thank you. Anxiety can pop up anytime. That's a good point. Maybe that's why I was doing good for a while, and then suddenly I'm like, no, I'm done now. I wish that wasn't a thing. Like, any kind of dumb, like, anxiety, depression things. Like, I wish that wasn't even a thing. Why can't we just go about life, hang out with friends? I mean, probably have to work, yeah, but, like, why can't life just not suck? Also, Takami got a new ref, so do you want me to send it to you, update on the Trello? Ooh, I mean, it shouldn't matter by now, since we're kind of already done with that part, but I would like to put it on the Trello, and also I would just like to see it in general, so, if you're willing to send it, and if you're fine with me putting it on the Trello, I would love that. Did you get the colors, did you get the colors on there? Because before, I remember being a little confused which colors were what. Because they were a little bit off on the ref, I believe. Like, I thought that the white was like a light gray or whatever. And the black, I didn't know was black. No, it wasn't even black. It was brown. I thought it was black or something. See, I'm still confused. Why am I easily confused? Is this really somebody you want to trust with your fursuit? But, yeah, Lyra, I'm really proud of you, too. Trying to get, like, time management is one of the hardest skills that is to be learned by any human being. So, like, good job. Like, you have videos coming out all the time, and it's like, I can tell, everyone can tell that you're working hard because, I mean, you're posting, so good job. Oh boy, I've confused Della. Half these streams are basically group therapy. It's worth a try. Oh, Della, if you're confused by that, we were talking about something else. If that's what you mean. We were talking about, ways I could try to get my facts straight and try to remember. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll add it to my daily to-do list because you're right, it's worth a try. Hopefully it helps. What could possibly go wrong? Bubsy's coming in here. Okay. I'm on the last pace for the pink lemonade here. And then we will do the white tinsel. Oh! Sorry. I know I'm confused. Yes, I would like to see the ref. Please send it. And also, when I had your ref before, I didn't... Like, the colors were confusing to me because, like, you know how a lot of reference sheets have, like, obviously you have the character on there, but on the side they have, like, little balls of, like, the colors, like, a little dot of the white you use and a little dot of, like, the browns you use. That's what I was wondering, if you put that on there. Like, the color, like, the little color palette off to the side. That's what I meant, because I remember, since the white, was it white? It wasn't yours that had white, what the heck? No wonder you're confused. I was talking about somebody else. It wasn't white. It was something else. Let me think. You had the brown. You totally did have white. Let me look. I'm gonna look at your Trello really fast. Because I'm confusing myself, and that's not good. My keyboard's not plugged in, so I gotta use my my laptop one, and it barely works. Half the buttons don't work anymore. Yeah, it was white. It totally was white. Okay, so the white on, like, your tail tip and inside the ears, I didn't even know that was white. I thought it was, like a light gray. And the other colors were accurate, but it was just that white that I wasn't sure about, and that's why I was wondering if you were gonna add on, like, the little color dots. And you don't have to. I mean, it's your ref. You can do what you want, really. Yeah, you don't have to, but I just thought it would be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, that's completely up to you. It's just a little bit easier to color pick it, too. Like, if somebody's trying to draw your character, and then it's just easy to just, like, click the eyedropper tool and just go bloop and click that color, rather than figure out which part of your character is shading and try to pick the right color out. It's just a little bit better. Okay. So, which side is which here? Oh yeah, hang on. I'm gonna pull some of these loose furs off. Again, I don't want them everywhere. I mean, I already get fur all over the place, so. Oh, it's the white part of her ear looks slightly off white because drawn with pure whites and blacks strains my eyes. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, as long as you mention it, I mean, you don't have to have the color picker on the side. I mean, as long as you say, hey, this is supposed to be a white, by the way. I mean, because otherwise, other people, if they want to draw your character, they're gonna just color pick it from that ear, and it's gonna be that gray. I mean, if you want it to be gray, that's fine. I mean, but if you leave it without the color dots, then that's probably the colors people are gonna color it with, is that light gray. Okay, which one is which now? And also, did I drop one? Where did it go? Okay, I have everything I'm doing on camera. How could I possibly lose a piece live on camera? What? This is a moment for sure. Okay, this goes like this, I believe. Alright, bringing out the pattern. Okay. We got the pink lemonade 1 and 2 here. Watermelon. Oh. That one's backwards. Watermelon. Oh, that's why I'm confused. I thought it looked more like a cattail. It's because I was using the wrong pieces. Oops. My bad. That explains a lot of the confusion. And now I'm still accidentally using the wrong parts. Okay. Alright, first things first. I've got to organize these. Which piece is which? Okay, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So I'm gonna flip this. Okay. We're getting there, guys. I'm only a little bit stupid. Okay. I mean, it still kind of looks like a cattail on its own, but that's fine. As long as I'm sure that it's all facing the correct way. What a pretty pink. I love this pink. Yeah, I did lose a piece. What the heck? What did I do with it? Okay, here's 2. Nice. Oh, that is so pretty. So now we just gotta get that white tinsel in there. And I also have to find that piece that I lost. I threw it away. Did I throw it away? No, I didn't throw it away. Oh, it's on the floor. My bad. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this off to the side. I don't want to have to reassemble it. Alright, let me scroll up a little. I think I missed stuff. Well, see, I'm gonna have to rethink my vacation. Rethink everything once my vacation time is over, because non-work related things have gotten really bad as of late. It's always a moving target. You mean, like, non-work things is in, like, you know, visiting family and, Christmas stuff, errands, probably that kind of stuff, right? Because that stuff has been really hard for me, too. In fact, I mean, I'm able to schedule it mostly pretty well, but it's been hard to get the right amount of hours I need of sewing with the work, with the... Because basically, you're not gonna believe it, I'm moving again, so I'm trying to get all my stuff together, and that's been hard. Also, I'm wishing I was wearing socks right now. Oops. Because when I stood up, it, don't look at my feet. Really? I always thought it was great. It looks great to me. Again, maybe it's just my computer screen. Maybe it's terrible. It could just be my terrible computer screen. It's completely up to you. I mean, I know it's white now, and, if anybody's gonna draw your character, I mean, if they think it's white, then, you know what? You're good. You don't have to worry about it, you know? I mean, if you think it's too cluttery for your ref, or you just don't even want to bother with it, no problem, whatever. It is completely your thing, so... Here we go. So now you can probably see a bit of the tinsel. In fact, I'll bring you guys a little closer. Now you can see the tinsel in the back. And in the front, you can see a little bit when I move it. But you might notice if you ever get a yardage of faux fur, once in a great while, just in the regular fur, you might see a random tinsel coming out. And you're like, what? Why is there a singular tinsel in my non-tinsel faux fur? And I think that's just because they use the same mill to produce the tinsel fur as the regular fur. And once in a while, I think just one of these little tinsel pieces gets stuck in the regular fur. So if I do see that, I usually have to, like, I part the fur and I cut it out really low, or I'll try to pull it out. But it's very rare, but once in a while you do find a tinsel randomly in the regular furs. I always thought that was weird. Alright, so we've got 3 pieces here, and they're actually quite small. So this should not be super hard. Unless I accidentally throw one in the trash again. Let's not do that. Well, I mean, it didn't actually go in the trash, so can I really say that? I just thought it was in the trash. So I'm gonna mark the back of these with the correct arrow. First things first. Okay. Good, good. Oh, no, you meant physical and mental health. Yeah, right? Oh, I feel like I've got so much to do, and I should really be working on stuff. But, like, I know it's good for me to stay at karate to do some more exercise, and it's just like, man, I really should be working out right now, but I really should be working on other projects. It's really hard to keep yourself physically fit, for sure, at the very least, just because it's like, I should do other stuff, it's more important, but, like... Yeah, anyways, sorry. You meant physical and mental health. I've been keeping to the schedule, but it has been negatively affecting my personal life. Yeah. So I need to incorporate that into my new time management system. Turns out, how you feel does impact the quality of your work, and that includes having a good sleep schedule. Yeah. It's very hard for me to stop myself when I haven't finished my tasks for the day, and then I want to stay up late to finish, but then it makes me either very tired in the morning or I accidentally oversleep by a lot, and then I don't have enough time for the next day. It's like I wish I had another day just to, like, catch up on things that I didn't finish, that I thought I was supposed to finish. I don't know. But it's really hard to schedule art things because sometimes they can take you way longer than you think. But it's never quicker than you think. It's always longer than you think. And, I mean, you know also how hard it is to schedule time for a video. I mean, that's also art, so it's like, it's gonna be done when it's done, but it's hard to tell how much time, like, I'm gonna need exactly 18 and a half hours to finish this. Like, you can't really, like, know exactly how much time you're gonna need. Art is very, very, very hard to schedule. Yeah, and you're right. If you don't have enough, if you don't schedule enough downtime for yourself, then yeah, I mean, you're not able to make your art as good. You will have trouble making it high quality if you're just mentally drained and or have something in the back of your mind the whole time. I mean, it's why do we want to be artists again? Because when I'm tired, I can't do very much at all. I can organize stuff and I can clean my project room, but I can't actually do the art. So when I'm tired, it's like terrible. I just can't get very much done. And it's the same thing if I'm like mentally messed up too. It's like you just can't get much done. But like I hate wasting. I feel like wasting time scheduling it in. Because it's like, how dare you schedule time in for yourself, you fool? Because that feels like a complete waste of time, too, so. Once again, welcome to CloverCat's stream, where we talk about fursuits and mental therapy. My bad. This tinsel fur is so cute. I said it just a minute ago. The reason I picked this one out was so I can make like some Christmas hats or something with it. I mean, I didn't end up having time to do it, but maybe next year. I do like having it because it's super cute, and I mean, I am using it. I'm using it for this tail right now, so that's cute. Once in a while when I order furs, I will randomly order another one just for projects that I might want to do in the future, because there's a lot of really cute colors out there, and I'm just like, man, I really want to try this new color. And I remember having trouble, I can tell you multiple fursuits. I had trouble actually getting the right colors for a fursuit, and then later on, it's like the colors were never made in the mill before. Like, nobody ever made that color. And then later on, that color was made, and it's just like, dang, should have had your fursuit made a little bit later when that color actually existed. But thankfully, a suit that's in my queue right now, I could not find a color that matched it, and just like very, very recently, a new fur got released from Howl Fabrics, and it's the exact color we needed. And I was like, man, aren't you glad you weren't at the front of the queue? We would have had to use another weird color that didn't match perfect, but here we are. Now you got a color that you like. All I'm gonna say is just, when I started making fursuits years ago, there was barely any colors. Like red, green, yellow, blue, maybe like a baby blue or a cobalt, and like purple. No light purple. I mean, maybe a lavender. There's like a lavender and like a purple, like a rich purple. And it's just like, if you wanted anything in between, like there was barely any shades of brown, barely anything. It was so hard. Like, if you had a really cool colored fursona, you were just out of luck. Especially if you had something that was like a gradient, like, it was like, man, I'm sorry, but those furs just don't exist. So I'm just happy with the amount of colors that exist in faux fur these days. That's much, much better. I know exactly how you feel. The latest video took me 2 weeks more than anticipated. The entire process was so stressful. I gained 10 pounds. No! But I couldn't stop until the whole thing was finished. Right! I'm so happy to be on vacation now. Yay! Oh, that's so good. That sucks, though. My gosh. So, you're giving yourself a vacation, right? Is that, I mean, I guess that's how it works. I'm so glad. Yes, please take a break. You need it. You worked very hard for this. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. Like, you work so hard on it, and it's just, you can't just stop halfway. It's very hard to stop yourself halfway. And if you do, you lose all momentum. And then you come back and you're just like, how do I get back into this? And you never do really, even if you do get back on it, it's like really hard to pick up that same momentum you had before. It's like crushing. It's so hard to get, you gotta get the right amount of effort in there without burning yourself out, and it's so hard because, again, once you're going, you can't really just stop, so yeah, it kind of sucks. Why are we artists? It's like we hate ourselves or something. Okay, so this is gonna be such a cute little tail. Oh my gosh, I just love the colors. See, these are just some of the new furs I picked up recently. I picked them up for, oh, what's the suit's name? Cherry the wolf, I believe. Oh, it's a wolf dragon. It's a wolf dragon hybrid. And the thing is, the colors weren't exactly the way I thought they would be. And it's interesting because I had a swatch, and I thought with the swatch, I thought it would be fine, but the thing is that the colors didn't exist for cherry, so I just had to get something that was close enough. And this is exactly what I was just talking about. So I had to get something close enough. So I got these colors, and they were fine. I mean, not the tinsel. That one was my own thing, but like the pink lemonade and the watermelon, they were fine, but I mean, it wasn't exactly the colors that I wanted to use. It's just that they didn't exist, so we had to settle. But then, since Cherry is a little bit further in the queue, I didn't start his suit yet, and then Hell Fabric's like, hey, we made some new furs, and it's just what you need. So I was like, yeah! And that was really awesome. That was very, very awesome. I'm very happy. We actually got the right colors now, but that did leave me with some furs that I don't know what to do with, but they're okay, because they're beautiful. Anyways, I know I'm going to use them at some point. Pre-made or something, who knows? They're very, very beautiful. But, that's why I have them sitting out. They're on my other shelf over here, you can't see. But, yeah, I just had some furs sitting out, and that's why they were sitting out, was because I intended to use them. But they looked so pretty together, and I was like, you know what? Let's use this for the giveaway tail, because who could not love this palette? This is so cute. It wasn't the right colors for Cherry, but it's a good color palette on its own. Yay for awesome fur colors! I know, I'm so happy. Oh, it's awesome when the colors you want come out. There's also this new color, Fursuit Supplies and Big Z Fabric have, no, it's Howl Fabric or Fursuit Supplies. And they're slightly different names, but essentially it's like a butter yellow. So it's like cream, but slightly yellow. Butter, it's butter, you know, butter color. And if that existed back in the day, that's definitely the color I would have chosen for Figby. Because right now he's just got cream on his chest and his face and such, but that's alright. Honestly, it probably would have turned out better with the cream than it would have turned out with the butter yellow anyways, but I know if it existed, I would have used the butter yellow. So I'm wondering how many other people out there are gonna have their fursuits remade once the real true color that they wanted actually exists. So just an interesting thought. Number 1. Okay. You have yourself 2-week forced vacation, and you're gonna see some family. That is so good. Hopefully the travel isn't super bad, but especially when you, when you're an adult, it is so hard to see your family. It is so hard. Like, way harder than I ever would have realized. Because you have to live where you have to live, and you don't really have a choice on it. So, if you get the chance to see your family, go for it. You don't appreciate all those years you got to, like, live with or near your family until you have to move. Which I'm about to move, so I do appreciate, but I'm also excited for the new place I'm going to be living. It is a secret for now, but I'll let you guys know. It's because I'm not sure when I'm moving, but I know it's gonna be kind of soon, within the next few months. So, and of course, like an idiot, I'm an open book on the internet, so I want you guys to know where I'm living so we can hang out. I just want to go to some fur meets. I want to meet some furries. Okay. Right? It's gonna be cool. I think you guys are gonna be pretty impressed. Impressed where I'm living. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. It's gonna be cool. So we'll see when I get to go. I'm waiting to hear back from some housing people, so we'll see. Oh, it feels so good when stuff works out of nowhere. I know! When it does, you're just like, yes! But it's so rare. Usually you have to work to make things work. Okay, this is the last piece. It's so dark. Why is it so dark? Also, the camera's kind of far. I'm sorry about that. I'll bring it a little closer. Here we go. So this is the reason we didn't have that, this piece ending in a complete, sharp, thin spot here, because it would have been so thin, it would have been impossible to cut and sew. It's just, you gotta think about it. Okay. Last one, and we'll put our 2 halves of the tail together and we'll see how it looks. I'm pretty excited. We'll probably cut out the end pieces today too. Probably not sew them until next time, but we'll cut them out. And like the base of the tail, I mean. That would be a good. Because I already got the fur out. Hey, Patters, how you doing? Yeah, it is so hard to keep on schedule for stuff. And I'm just really glad that you get a break now, Lyra, because, I mean, you've been working your butt off, so I know, we both know what that's like when you just work so hard that you're just completely dead inside after. Honestly, that's probably why I don't check my DMs, is because I work too hard, then I get burnt out, and then I come back after 2 weeks. That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Okay, we're almost done here. Oh no! Oh no! Sad. Oh, you worked so hard on it. I hate that when you're working hard on something and then you're successful and you're like, yeah! And then you notice it's got like just a tiny little thing you would like to fix. So you go to fix a tiny little thing and then it completely just messes up the whole thing and you're like, why did I touch it? I should have let it be. And then you spend like the next 5 hours trying to fix it. Not like I'm speaking from experience or anything, of course. Oh, well, I'm sorry that happened to you. Is it at least fixed now? Like, were you able to be successful with fixing it? Okay, so while I've got this white out, White out. Ha. Okay. I'm actually gonna cut out a little swatch because it doesn't matter if I'm sending out a pre-made or a commission. I always like to send a piece of the fur, some swatches, to the owner so that if they ever want to get more pieces made to match, like let's say somebody really likes this and they want to make maybe a matching fursuit or hand paws or just something to go with it, then they'll have a swatch so they'll know exactly what fur it is or what it looks like if they're trying to color match. That way they can get more pieces without trouble. So I think it's just like a nice thing to do, so I do it, and it doesn't take me that long, so I'll just cut them out a nice little square, and I do have to label it too, so we'll do that as soon as I'm done cutting out the squares here. Ugh. Okay, what do we got? We got the watermelon. You had to solder on a bezel ring and backer ring, and then, I don't even know what we're talking about, and then mount the stone. Got the bezel on and had to reheat the whole thing, but in my infinite awareness, after a long day of work, I accidentally heated the entire thing bright red hot and ruined all the other solder. No! Oh, that's terrible. You worked so hard on it, and you're like... Oh. It's especially after a long day when you worked so hard and you're tired, it's like... It's really hard to not make mistakes. Oh no, I'm so sorry. All that work and you're just like, but what if I melted it? So when I cut these little swatches out, I try to cut the same shape for each just because I think it looks a bit more professional, if I can help it. And it's easy to cut nice and straight because the backing of the fur has got these lines on it, so as long as I follow the line backing, it's not super bad. Now when you're cutting horizontally to it, it's a little bit tougher because the line isn't completely straight, but you just gotta try to look at these horizontal lines and try to cut exactly horizontal with it. Okay. We've done it. Meanwhile, me worried that I'm gonna accidentally cut the fur fibers off. Just tiny little baby snips. Okay. Let's get the last one. You know what? This is like that extra piece on the end. It goes, that's why there's holes here. There's a few holes. And it's kind of jacked up in the end. It's the end of the yard. It's the part where the machine grabs onto to push it through. So this part is trash. Like, past these holes is trash. So if I've got a hunk of it just hanging off, I'm just going to throw it away. Ooh. You've been saying a lot of stuff I've been feeling for the past couple weeks. Oh, so you clearly know how I feel. Yeah, honestly. If you ever get to watch the last video I made, yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that after I get off stream. I'm gonna just start sewing, just in my little life here. Just gonna sew and watch some videos, and that's exactly the video I was gonna watch next. Do not hesitate to tell me what you think of it. Yeah, I'm sure it's great. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm back! Get some water. Alright, good idea. Hang on. I got more fuzz on my hands. Patters says, yeah, so you had to Dremel everything out and redo everything, but now it's finally done. I'm so sorry. I've got fur in my mouth. I'm suffering. Hang on. Get some fur out of my mouth. That's actually why I have a Kleenex box nearby in case I get some fur in my mouth. Okay, I mentioned this a long time ago, but I still have it, so I'll mention it again. I've had this hand sanitizer for so many years that it's like just complete alcohol now. You don't even have, it doesn't even have the scent anymore. It's just super strong alcohol scent, and it's just like it hits you in the face. I will get some water as soon as my hands are dry. Thank you so much, Shiny Mew. I need someone to yell at me. Ugh. Stop lying. Once the stream is over, you're gonna play Overwatch again. How dare you? It's almost like you know me. Imagine there are worse things to have in the... Oh, man. I mean, that's true. I could be eating Chinese food. I'm trying to think of some food that I don't like. I could be eating Chinese food, so... I'd rather eat faux fur than Chinese food. Only because I'm a vegetarian and there's nothing... I mean, other than rice, like, there's never anything for me to eat. Asparagus, ew. I used to eat asparagus when I was really little, and then I started to grow up, and then I realized, wait a minute, asparagus is awful, and now I don't eat it. To be fair, though, if somebody did cook it, I would eat it. I try not to be picky, but, like... Sometimes I'm picky, but I try not to be picky. I will try new things as long as it's vegetarian. Okay, we got 2 squares. Let's do the pink lemonade. Okie dokie. So, I'm going to hold this here to try to get that same width. About this long. Okay. This pink fur is so weird. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the baby pink, but somehow more vibrant, but more dusty. It's just so weird. It's a really pretty color, though. Like, so pretty. I love it. Like, but it's weird. Like, even the backing, it doesn't look like one solid color. Let me bring these close to the camera. It doesn't look like one solid color like the watermelon. It looks kind of like it's got some lighter, like, speckles in there. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like, have you ever had one of those t-shirts that's kind of colored that way, where it's like mainly one color? It's kind of like heathered a little bit. It's weird. Sorry, I don't have any other descriptive words, so I just keep repeating it's weird, but it's true. I don't know what else to say about it other than it's not your normal fur. And that's kind of what you get when a lot of these newer furs are being developed. Sometimes they have weird pile, like sometimes they're super flat and their pile is really thin. Sometimes they have some weird backing, or sometimes they like stretch a little bit more or less. It's just bizarre. Like, new furs, when they first get released, are kind of weird, like, developmental. Spinach is super good. Secretly super good, you realize. Interesting. I don't think I've had spinach. It's not that I'm avoiding it, but I just haven't had it in years. Yeah, like, what? I guess there's a lot of foods I haven't had in, like, years. Especially healthy ones. Alright, so this is the closest color I had, which was this blush pink. It's pretty close. As far as minky goes. So, here we go. These are the last 2 pieces we have to cut out. Is this the tail base circle and this belt loop that goes on top. So, there's those. And we're going to cut out 2 of these, actually. I like to double these up so they're nice and thick. But let's start with the circle. Which way is the fur going here? Okay. Make sure the fur is going the right way, because if you have the fur going in a weird way for the tail loop, it'll be awkward. I usually have the fur going straight down this way for the tail belt loop. Broccoli number 1. I love broccoli. In fact, I've got some broccoli in the fridge that I need to cook up. Like, I could probably live off of broccoli and mac and cheese. And also, they go pretty good together, but you will never catch me eating them together because as much as I love broccoli, mac and cheese is still better. And if you mix it together, it will taint the deliciousness of the mac and cheese. So, you can't mix them together. I mean, you can, but it's not as good. I'd rather just sit down and eat some broccoli or sit down and eat some mac and cheese. It's foolish to try to eat both. What do you mean mixing flavors? Okay, so yeah, I'm only gonna cut out one of these circles, because we really only need one, and that's gonna be at the base of the tail. So that's nice, a nice soft minky. I'm gonna just shake it out a little. I like to get those loose fibers off. I guess I could have just brushed it with my fingers, but it's more fun to shake it. Okay, and now I'm gonna cut out the last thing, which is the 2 belt loops here. So, oh, also I need a swatch piece, so a square like this. So I'm glad my stream is working, because when I was trying to test it, there's a recording function, which you might have seen. I haven't done that in a while, but I did do a few Let's Plays that were not streams. They were just regular recorded Let's Plays. And I actually used Streamlabs, because you can record right from Streamlabs without having to stream. You can just record. So I've done that before, and I actually do that a few times every day before I stream. I record maybe 6-7 seconds of me just saying testing, and I make sure the cameras are both working, and I make sure the mic is using my good mic instead of my laptop bad mic. But like today it was erroring out like crazy, so I was a little nervous that the stream wasn't even going to run properly. But here we are, supposedly running properly, so I'm really glad. I was worried we were gonna have some trouble, and I was gonna have to spend like a flippin' hour troubleshooting, which, believe me, that happens all the time. It gets quite frustrating. But today, I guess it worked. I don't know why that the record function wasn't working, though. That's a little bit not good, in case I ever need to use it. You're just gonna say, definitely more fun to shake. Yeah, shake all that fur off. Oh my gosh, somebody just followed. Why is my volume muted? Oh no. I'm sorry, I have my volume muted. I only noticed because I looked up at the screen. Are you the one that followed? Thank you for that. Jade Frost. Awesome. That's a cool name. I like that. I really like that. I'm really jealous of that. That's a really good name. Hi. We're just working on fursuits. Well, we're working on a tail today. A tail that is going to be in a giveaway once it's done. Yes, you are. Cool, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so here's the 2 pieces. I just need a square so we can give that away as the swatch. So I'm going to try to... Honestly, a lot of the time with Minky, it's so slippery and it's so hard to cut in a straight line that if I can, a lot of the time I'll switch to my big scissors. Because when you're cutting the back of faux fur like this, the little scissors are good for little baby snips, so you don't cut out a ton of the fibers. But with the Minky, doing the little snips is going to give you something like this, where it's all jaggedy and such. So if you can use the big scissors, honestly, it's my preferred way when it comes to Minky. Which sounds so funny. You'd think Minky is like, oh, it's this smaller, thinner fabric. You can use the smaller scissors, right? But no, it's actually the opposite. Who'd have thought? Okay. So hopefully this is the right size. I kind of winged it a little bit. Yeah, it does look like the right size. Good. This one's not important, though, so... This is just the swatch. If it was important, I would actually try. But even just winging it is always very, very close. Because I'm just that good. You've been meaning to ask you, mac and cheese. Oh. I mean, not that I know of. I'm pretty sure it's just mac and cheese, right? I mean, there's the mac, and then there's the cheese. And it's all about the cheese, though. You gotta get the high-quality cheese, the good stuff. I mean, if there was, like, a secret Krabby Patty recipe of mac and cheese, I would love to know. Oh, you love tails. That's good. I love tails, too. They're super cute. Here's the one we're working on right now. It's going. It's actually almost done. We've just got to sew it together. It's pink. I'll put it more in the camera in just a second. Probably some extra starch. Yeah, the secret Krabby Patty recipe for macaroni is actually just extra starch. Okay, so it's cute. Yay! Thank you. I know I love the colors. Sorry, I'm working on getting it in the camera for you. There's just minky fur everywhere. Oh, please don't fall. Everything is falling. I thought we were gonna go one stream without me dropping the camera, but I guess not. Okay. Alright, I think first things first, after the stream, I gotta go cook some mac and cheese, because now I'm hungry. So thanks for that. Okay. Somebody asked the rules for the giveaway. Really, really simple. On the Discord, on my Discord, I have a giveaways tab. All you have to do is, click the little button. It's just like a little fanfare button. I don't know what to call it. A little bugle. You just click that, and then, when the timer runs out, it'll notify everyone on the Discord who won. And I will mail it to you. So, all you have to do is give me your address on, hang on. I'm so sorry. Phone call. I really should answer that, though. I'll answer it in a minute. I'll call back in a minute. All you have to do is join, and if you win, you can DM me your address, and I'll mail it to you. And if you're under, at 18, I guess, if you're a minor, I do need to know your parents, are okay with that, because, you know, you can't really just give your address out, but, I promise I'm not a creeper. I'm not gonna save your address. I don't know what I would do with it. If you type in ! Discord, actually, I'll try it. It should go. Did I turn off CloudBot again? Gosh darn it, I think I turned off CloudBot again. Alright. Hold on, folks. So, I don't think it's me, per se, because I'm not doing it. But, once in a while, CloudBot will just turn itself off. And it makes it very hard to do what I'm trying to do. Hold up. Discord. Okay, here you go. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, so it's in the link in the description. I'm just kind of an idiot. I was just gonna bring up the Discord, link, but you beat me to it in the smart way. Usually you just type in ! Discord and it should work fine, but... But what if we want you to be a creeper? Like, we wanted... like, we want to feel wanted, too. Well, in that case, quickly banning you. Oh my gosh, there's just fur all over me right now. It, like, sticks to you. Well, maybe just to me. Yeah, the giveaway is gonna be fun, and it's such a cute little tail. It's a little bigger than I thought. I thought it was gonna be even smaller. I like the size. It's a good size. Okay. So, almost done with this. Here's the backing. This little piece is the circle. It goes right up at the top here, so you have something flat to put against your butt. Your butt. Your butt. Your butt. English. Oh, good. Yes, good. You're definitely old enough. That's good. Yeah, I just get a little worried about, the minors trying to enter the giveaway because I don't want any kind of trouble for them or me or anyone. People handing out addresses to people on the internet. So I do like to say, if you're a minor, you definitely can do it, but I just need to, I need your parents to be okay with it. Like, first, just ask your parents if they're okay with it, then you can enter the giveaway. If you win the giveaway, then I will need to chat with your parent on, like, something. I've emailed with parents before, so. Because I I don't want to disallow them from being able to win something, especially because I believe, like, this might be a hot take. I don't want to disallow minors from being able to enter the giveaway because when you're younger, it's especially harder for you to get money, and minors are the most likely to not be able to afford a fursuit. So I want everyone to be able to enter, even if you're broke. Even if you're broke or even if you're young. So, I mean, some fursuit makers don't want to deal with minors at all. I am fine with it as long as I'm sure the parents are fine with it. Hot take, might get canceled. A little bit nervous. But, yeah. Datouche. El booty. Should say that in a pirate voice. We did it, chat. Got her all flustered thinking about mac and cheese. Oh man, that mac and cheese though. What is the secret? What is the secret? You get that, yeah? Okay, that's good. At least it's kind of understandable. Do you sell them? I do. I do commissions. I used to do pre-mades, but now that I do so many commissions, I don't really have to do pre-mades anymore. So that's nice. So I don't really do pre-mades much anymore unless it's for a giveaway. So for commissions, I do have a queue, but the queue's full. So yeah, I definitely do want to take more commissions, but I have to wait until my queue is a little bit more empty. Okay, I need my stickies. There we go. Okay. So I've got a whole bag of sticker labels here. Different kinds, but I'm gonna use these guys today. What? Oh man, I'm on my last sheet. No! Gotta go to the dollar store. Actually, I don't know if they sell these at the dollar store, but... Okay. So here's the little swatches I'll send along with the tail. So if somebody wants to order more parts later on, they don't have trouble figuring out what color fur or what it looks like if they're just trying to color match. So I'm going to line them up so all the fur is facing the right way. All facing downward toward me. Okay, so I'm just going to write where I got them and what their name is. So let me bring you guys a little closer. Oh yeah! There's a lot of good fursuit makers out there right now. Like, there are absolutely a ton of great fursuit makers. I wish I could do more. I'm just not fast enough to just keep up with the amount of people that want fursuits, which is awesome, actually. I love that there's this many furries. Okay, so this is Blush Minky. That's the name of it, and it's from Howl Fabrics. So I write HF for Howl Fabrics, and you guys are still too far away, but it's not important, thankfully. And I'm gonna write Blush Minky. Okay, I'm left-handed, so I don't want to do like the left and the right and the left and the right, because then I'll smudge all the left ones. So I'm just gonna go along the left side here. Okay, this one. This is Big Z Fabric, so BZF. Short shag tinsel in white. So I'm going to write white. I like to put the color first, and then I'm going to write what it is. Short shag tinsel. Shag tinsel. Okay. And this one is from Big Z Fabric. BZF. This is watermelon luxury shag. Watermelon's such a long word. Okay, last one. We've got Pink Lemonade from Big Z Fabric also. BZF. Pink Lemonade. Wow, okay. And that's also a luxury shag. Cool. So now I'm just going to slap them on there. I just started getting into it. My fiance is really into it, so it'd be a good surprise to have a new one. Oh, that would He's so cute. Surprise! Look what I got. Well, yeah, join the giveaway if you want. I'm not gonna put it up yet because I'm gonna need one more day to finish this tail, and I don't want to put the giveaway up yet until I have a photo of the tail. But so after the next stream I'll finish the tail, and then yeah, then I'll post the giveaway. But if you're in the Discord, you should get notified of. Well, you can have it set up to notify for streams or giveaways, so that might be your best bet. Yeah. Okay. So usually I will take my glue gun and I will actually just put a little bit of glue on the back of each of these because, frankly, they're just tiny little stickers with very little adhesive and they never stay. So, of course, I did think about this. And my glue gun's not plugged in. My glue gun's never plugged in. I always forget. But I'll plug it in now. So I don't know if... Yeah, okay. That's fine. So this is basically it for today's stream, I think. I think we're good. So I'm going to show you guys where we're at and what we're going to do next time. So we used this pattern that I made. Showed you guys how to use it. I forgot to follow the instructions, but we'll go over it. Should we go? Well, let's at least catch up to the part we're at right now. Well, we printed it out. So the next step is trace the pattern pieces onto the back of faux fur, which we did. We take the pattern, put it on the faux fur, using Taylor's chalk or a water-soluble pencil. Yeah, so you can use colored pencils. There's Taylor's chalk. They even make Taylor's chalk in pencil form now, so that's helpful. Make sure the arrows of the pattern match the direction of the fur. So yeah, make sure your fur is going the correct way, the way the arrow is pointing. Otherwise, you're going to have a very interesting tail. Let's see. No, this pattern, okay, good, I did notice this. The pattern does not include seam allowance. That means you will need to leave 1/4 inch of space around each piece when cutting out the fur. The line that you traced with chalk will be the line that you sew along. Okay, so, where's my tail base? Okay. So if you're going to cut out a piece of a pattern, you're going to put this on the fabric, and you're going to leave between 1/8 or 1/4 inch of seam allowance, which is extra fabric around the edge. And if you traced it, you would see that's exactly the sew line. That's where you would sew. Man, I have got so much fur in my mouth right now. Oh, nice. Thank you. It's a cute little one. It's just great. It's a good starter one. It's not that hard and it's super fun. So if you feel like it, go for it. Would a stapler be better for a quick attachment? I mean, if you wanted to, but it might be harder, I think. I think it would be harder that way. Okay, so once you have all the pieces traced out, assuming that you traced it with a pencil, you don't have to, like I didn't, but it might be easier with a pencil. Cut out the faux fur using scissors, using sewing scissors. Cut with little snips to avoid cutting the fur fibers. Yeah, so you guys saw me doing that. I meant to read this as I was doing it, but I forgot. So I used my little baby scissors. I was using tiny baby snips to go around, but if you use the big scissors, that's fine too. Tiny bit harder, but not much. Just do the baby little snips with the tip. Because otherwise you'll cut through the long fur, and that's not what you want. Pin or clip the pieces together and sew. So this is what we're going to do next time. So we're going to either use pins or, my favorite, clips. Because you can use sewing pins, but it's harder to keep it in place. You put a clip on there and it'll hold it in place. We'll actually go over this next time, so I'm going to stop here. Because that's the next section where we're actually sewing it together. But, if you want to go ahead and get the pattern or read it or whatever, it is on the Discord in the free patterns section. And like Lyra said, or posted earlier, you can get it below this stream is where it's posted. So if you need to know where my Discord is, that's where it is. Or you can go to my website, CloverCatCreations.com. There's a contact section where you can find the Discord there, too. Oh! You meant instead of glue gun. Okay, I was like staples. That would be... I wasn't sure. Yeah, I mean... Okay. I got really confused just now. I thought you meant attach the sewing... So instead of sewing these, I thought you meant staple them together. I was like... That's probably a really bad idea. I got confused. You were actually talking about this. Yeah, you totally could staple it. I mean, if you put it at the top here and you staple it on, you definitely could. But, sorry, I'm choking on fur. But, personally, I don't know. I just like to glue it. I mean, I guess you could staple it, but I've had the labels get ripped off from the top where the staple is, but at the same time, I keep all my swatches in a bucket together, so it's kind of a dangerous game to play. When you've got that many swatches in a huge bucket, they're rubbing against each other, it's easy to make the label come off, so that's why I just prefer to glue mine. They're very stable, so yeah. Oh no! Shiny Mew, you're working so hard. Well, I mean, at least you get, like, the fursuit and the new laptop, the new desktop, like, you're working hard, but you're getting a good payout, so I'm really proud of you. It's not easy. Alright, well, have a good night. I'm out in just a second here. I need one more minute, but if you're out, then, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, and so, we're gonna sew all this next time. We've got all the fur for the tail. These two pieces, these go together like this to give you some more durability. This is where your belt goes in between here. Okay, so, and the swatches, I don't even mention that, I don't think, because it's not part of making a tail. It's just something I do completely separate. I like to just glue on these labels, and whoever gets the tail will be pretty happy, I hope, just to at least know the name of the fur, if they ever need or want to have, like, a hand paws commissioned or make a character around it. It'll be a lot easier for them. So, yeah, I guess that's it. So next time, we're going to finish this, and then I'm probably going to start working on a different fursuit on stream. I might be finishing up Tokami's head on stream, but honestly, I'm trying to finish it up, so I might do it off stream. We'll see. Oh! Thank you! Nigel, cool. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Alright. So we're good. I think we're good for today. Thank you guys for following, and hanging out all day with me. All day. And if you want to see the information for the giveaway, check my Discord under the giveaways tab. After all that, you really want to see Tokami. Ha! Joke's on you. She's unfurred. That's the one I was looking at, actually. I was working on her pelt. The pelt for the fur is half sewn. It's in a box over in my work in progress file. So you can see the head, but you can't see actually where I'm at with it. I'll actually remember to post photos this time. Okay, that's all, guys. I will see you next time. I'm out. Thanks for trying this new tail pattern with me. I think it's turning out really well. I will see you. Cute. Yay! Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. I know. I love the colors. It's so bright. Alright, thank you. Gonna go make some mac and cheese, I think. Bye! My mouse is dead. Okay.